say it's up then. And it ain't nothing to discuss then. Pillar talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th, don't you know about that? I can't fall out with my niggas, where they do that at? In position for that power, I can't get it back. I got that on me now, we don't play like that.
He said the Bible don't teach you not to sin. Yes, the fuck it do. That's the whole point of following Christ. When he took us to First John. One second, Warrior. When he took us to First John, I read verse 7 where it said Christ cleanses you from all sins. Come on, man. This is insane. But that's that Christian dope. Go ahead, Masha.
Out there teaching it like we teach. We teach you Christ is a nigga, man. We teach you God is a nigga. And guess who he loves? He loves niggas. He loves niggas. And that's one of the topics we're gonna talk about. They
say it's up then. And it ain't nothing to discuss then. Pillar talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th.
What you say, Mashallah? God is a nigga. And he loves niggas.
Yeah, right, sir.
What we're talk about today is niggas. And this nigga we're gonna talk about in a minute. Martin Luther King Jr. Oh man, he was a bitch ass nigga. You understand? we finna talk about that nigga. And then this other nigga that we got on here on the show with us. He actually
the realest nigga.
Wait. See, you jumped the gun.
I had to because I knew what you was gonna say. See,
I wasn't. I definitely wasn't gonna say no bitch ass nigga.
That's what I say. The realest nigga.
Now you know I'm the realest nigga, but you next to my shop. He the next realest nigga. Then you. All right.
See. Listen, my little bro Cap, because he my little bro, y'all. I'll be 50 in October if I make it. Cap, my little bro. I know he Cap, but he my little bro in more ways than one. Because y'all know Cap come by right here. He a big man, but he come by right here on DMG. I'm about to show Cap why he is unequivocally wrong about MLK.
Good. Right.
Damn.
You must really got something to show then. I want to see it because this nigga is about to defend that other nigga that I call the bitch ass nigga. You understand? Martin Luther King Jr. That nigga right there was he horrible, man. That was a terrible nigga. And to this day, you got a lot of people that really believe in that man and his dream. You know what I'm saying? And the things that he was teaching black people to do. He had a lot of people believing in that. And when, dreams are supposed to come true, right? Especially when Martin Luther King said that this vision that he had came from God. When is it going to manifest? That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to let our guest, who really ain't no guest for real. Nigga been rolling with me ever since he came in the building here over on Delmar. You understand?
No doubt.
Yeah, I still remember that when you hit me up.
For sure.
Go ahead.
Look, I was telling my wife about that the other day, and she was like, "How did you meet Cap?" I say, "Man, I went into a meeting at it wasn't for the Temple of Heteru, but it was for Zaki Baruti. His organization. I went to a meeting for his organization, and I walked past. I was like, I'm familiar with ISUPK because of Captain Tazoriak being on Sinetta. So I walked past. I say, wait a minute. It's ISUPK in St. Louis? So I'm like, I got to figure out how to get in touch with these brothers because my channel, I probably had, maybe 50 subscribers or something, Cap. I say, let me reach out to the brother, see if he want to come on. And it took me a while to get the contact. Finally got the contact. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to convince the brother. He was like, "Yeah, let's do it." I was like, "Oh man, that was easy." And we just hit it off. It was what it was. And I never forget this. My mother was getting surgery for breast cancer. She was getting it removed. Brother called me out of nowhere. He was like, "Hey, how your mom's doing?" I'm like, "I'm up here." None of my siblings was up there. So I'm up there by myself. He was like, "You need me to come up there?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good, bro." But I appreciate it because I'm feeling real lonely because I'm the only one up here with my mother. My wife couldn't be there. And so the brother just showed brotherhood out the gate. And so it's times like this that I really feel bad that I got to beat up on my brother because he's been such a good brother out of the gate. And it's a shame, but y'all know, man, if y'all been watching, me and Captain had a few conversations and my brother, he just, you know, I didn't watch Cap annihilate people. But for some reason, when it come to old DMG, my brother it's just something missing. I guess I'm like what the Knicks was to the Spurs. But let me say this right quick. Martin Luther King Jr. was a benefit, not a detriment to Black people, because his work helped dismantle legal segregation, expand voting power, strengthen Black political representation, and connect civil rights to economic justice. And the root of the Black freedom struggle in a morally powerful spiritual tradition. I'm going to get into all the reasons why he was a benefit to Black people. And ain't none of them got to do with his personal life.
Hey, my shot, you know when a nigga do his glasses, like, you know you fucked up.
Right. Okay.
Hey, you know something? Since you mentioned Zaki Baruti, he is just like MLK. You understand?
Oh man,
Zaki Baruti is just like MLK. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why offline. I'm gonna tell you why.
I know where you're going though. Don't think I don't know where you're going. But holler at me offline because I gotta hear this.
And he should not. I'd have caught him doing several different times.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's the problem with these Black leaders, man. You have to bring up their personal life as well, because if you're going to be the leader and the representative, you understand, you have to live that example out. You got to be that example. You can't be one way. You understand, like Martin Luther King was when he turned around and he was first with a white woman. His love, when it came.
That's a rumor.
No, it's not a rumor. That's not a rumor. His what was the dude name? Because I got it on the DVD and I've played it before, where the brother, he ended up telling Martin Luther King Jr. that, man, you can't have this white girl. You got to change that. You got to change it. And he did. He switched it up, all because of, since now he wants to be the civil rights leader, it's going to look bad because he's with a white girl, Christina Aguilera. You understand? So guess what? He changed.
Actually, she an Israelite, Cap. Her daddy Latino.
Oh yeah. I was just singing the song. You know how they go? They keep that white girl, Christina Aguilera. Yo. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and rock, DMG, because I got a couple of things that I want to show. And I got a couple of books. I think you've seen these books that I got before, that I used before.
I have. See, and family, I know how Cap be doing. See, I ain't do no presentation because I thought this was just a conversation.
I ain't got one either. I said I just got my book.
Okay, all right. So I'm just gonna read some things and just kick it to y'all. But y'all can look up whatever y'all want to that I read. But let's talk about Dr. King. First of all, Dr. King is an example for any young Black intellectual. Here's why. Martin Luther King Jr. graduated high school at 15 years old, certified genius. He graduated college at 19 years old. A lot of people give Dr. King credit for the civil rights movement, but what they don't understand is the civil rights movement had been happening since slavery ended, and Jim Crow laws, redlining laws, the 13th Amendment where they could lock a black person up for jaywalking and give them 15 years. That was the establishment of the civil rights movement. When the Republican Party pulled out of the South and turned their backs on those same black peoples they quote unquote claim to have freed, only to let those Southerners oppress and humiliate and denigrate those black people all over again. That's when the civil rights movement started. You had people like Fannie Lou Hamer, Medgar Evers, etc. Ralph Abernathy, who ended up being one of Dr. King's closest associates, already involved in the movement. Martin Luther King becomes a pastor at a church in Birmingham, Alabama, and they say, listen, nobody knows this young brother. Let's put him out there because they know me, they know you. They're going to automatically reject what we have to say. Let's put him out in the forefront and see if he can get anything done. And so the young man at 25 years old steps out on the national scene. What they didn't anticipate was his mastery as it pertains to speaking. He was a master orator, and his strategic ability. And I'm just going to give y'all some examples of what I'm talking about. A nonviolent approach. Cap often critiques MLK's nonviolent strategy for the civil rights movement, but here's why it was actually impactful. Because Dr. King put up the mirror of America, this land that says they all about freedom. He put that up in the mirror for him. This country that goes over in other people's country and tell them how to treat their people. Dr. King put a mirror up, because everywhere in the world, including some states in America where they wouldn't even really tripping off of what was going on down south, now they seeing innocent women and children who are being nonviolent, getting dogs, water hoses, billy clubs, all of these things unleashed upon them. And now the president, who is supposed to represent everybody, was forced to act. And so the strategy was genius, because they have no excuse not to help you unless they're going to let all these other world leaders who they telling what to do see their hypocrisy. So again, but let's talk about, and Cap, tell me when you ready to chime in, bro. Political and voting rights. As you know, black people couldn't even vote in the South, especially. King's leadership in the Selma campaign helped push the nation towards the Voting Rights Act in 1965, which outlawed many discriminatory practices like literacy tests and gave the federal government power to protect black voting rights. Stanford's King Institute notes that the act abolished literacy tests and poll taxes designed to disenfranchise black people. Debate. Here's my point. Before King's era, the black people technically had constitutional voting rights, but many were blocked by terror, poll taxes, literacy tests, and local intimidations. King movement helped turn paper rights into enforceable rights. So in a lot of ways, the fact that me and Cap can get up here and talk about Dr. King, Cap in a negative sense and me in a positive sense, is because of the actions Dr. King put forward. Because in the America that we had before Dr. King came into action was an America where they could say YouTube is whites only. And while we may have been able to get BlackTube or something of that ilk, we wouldn't have had the resources to maintain it or to be comparable to what they was doing on YouTube. Because same thing with our education. We didn't have the educational infrastructure that our white counterparts did, because they wouldn't funding us. But when we integrate, quote unquote, with them, we forced them to give us the same educational and economic infrastructure that they have. Everybody think it was about being with white people, being around white people. That's not what it was about. It was about being given equal opportunity, which we didn't have. How many brothers and sisters have y'all heard of? See, my grandmother is from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. My grandfather was from Mississippi. See, they could tell me about how it was in the South, how if you had a job outside of your Black community, which was together and had Black businesses and all of those things, just like Cap in St. Louis with me, he know Kinloch was an all Black city where both of my parents grew up. You can have situations like that, but you got to go to work outside of that. And if you can't get on the bus, if it's full, and you got to go to the back, or it ain't no room in the back and the seats empty up front, but you can't get on the bus because even though it's available seats, you can't sit in the front. How you going to get to work? When the cabs is whites only and you got to go work in the city, how you going to get to work? You can't help that all Black town that you live in if you ain't bringing no money into it. And so it wasn't about desegregating to be with white folk. It was about desegregating so you would get the same fair treatment as white folk. That's a myth that it was just about being around white folks. That don't even make sense. Now, what happened to the Black community as a result of desegregation, that's a whole other topic. Like I said, I'm doing a documentary about Kinloch, and I'm gonna tell y'all exactly how they undermine Black cities. But go ahead, Cap. I don't know if you was trying to get my attention or not.
Yeah, I would. I want to jump in there real quick.
Go ahead.
You do know that at one point, right, there was Negroes only side and white only side, right? You remember that? You remember about that, reading about it?
100%.
To where white folks stayed on this side and colored folks stayed on this side, right? What kind of problems and what kind of issues will we have as far as employment, right? Because we had our own businesses, correct? On our side. Did we have our own businesses on our side?
We did.
We talked about being on
not everybody worked for those businesses, though.
Wait a minute, though. Just slow down. On our side, on the Black side, right? We had our own businesses, correct? You talked about the bus companies and not being able to sit down nowhere. We had our own vehicles and our own buses, correct?
We didn't have our own buses.
How we did?
What bus did Black people on?
Mashallah, look that up.
Yeah, look that up for me, because y'all may teach me something today.
Google search for me. Did Black people have bus companies back in the 60s during the civil rights movement? We turned around and had our own vehicles. When you couldn't get on the bus, what did we do? We started Uber before fucking Uber was Uber.
Yeah, hey, Cap, I'm glad you brought that up. That was Dr. King's strategy.
But listen to what I'm saying, though. But just understand what I'm saying. Is we had stuff on our side. We had our own thing going on our side. We did this. I had my child look up, were there Black schools during integration? Right?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. We had all the shit.
Cap.
Wait, hold up.
I got you. Go ahead.
Listen, I know you probably gonna say that the schools were underfunded and they didn't have books and all that. What did we do? What are we known for doing? You understand? When we ain't got enough beds in the goddamn house, what do all the brothers and sisters do? Everybody got to turn around and sleep together. We got to lay down and be comfortable together. We only got one goddamn bed and one goddamn blanket. And everybody get warm and get comfortable up under that goddamn bed and that blanket. The same thing we could have done in the school. All the books wasn't taught us shit. You understand? So guess what? We could have done like what we do, like what we've done in classes before. Is hey, we're going to get in groups and we're going to all study and learn together. Everybody could have been reading out the same goddamn book. Everybody could have been going. We had to do what we had to do. But you know what would have not happened? You know those 4 little girls that got blew up at that goddamn church for trying to integrate, that wouldn't have happened to them. They wouldn't have died. We'd still had them babies. You know, all them brothers and sisters, young children that they put out there in the march to turn around and protest because it was losing momentum. And they said, you know what? We're going to use the children. Oh, soft-ass preacher, use children. We're supposed to protect them. And this preacher put the children out there in harm's way. And him and Dr. King Jr. said, oh, no, don't let them, don't discourage them from going to jail. This fool, these children are now criminals. They got felonies on their records. They made it illegal for them to march and protest, and they did it anyway, and they got beat upside the head. They got arrested. They had dogs sicked on them. They got water hose down. And you telling me for all of them to get hurt, in one day they arrested almost 1,000 children. To the point to where they didn't have any more paddy wagons, and they ran out of buses just to get them to the damn jail. They was arresting so many kids. You mean to tell me that was worth it? All of them children being hurt? Let me read this real quick. I'm gonna let you get back in the DMG.
I got that information for you, Cap, whenever you're ready.
Okay, go ahead. Drop that info real quick.
Okay, come on, sir. It says black-owned buses and community-ran buses. This was in the 60s. Says while most public buses in the South remain segregated, some African American communities developed community-run transportation, charter buses. They had private and cooperative buses, and they also had local transit. These black buses were not just about transport; they were symbols of self-determination, cultural preservation, and resistance to systematic racism.
So since you
Cap, if I may,
won't let us ride your bus, we gonna get our own. That's what they did. And
if I may, Cap, you know that was a Dr. King led movement. What he just described, though.
Listen,
I'm just
listen. This is what you missing. You was missing the whole damn point. You say trying to give everything to Martin Luther King. The mentality. Wait a minute, because we don't have. No, listen, I got you. Just listen, man. The thing that we are missing is the mentality of, you know what? Since these devils won't let us ride they shit, we'll get our own. Martin Luther King was still trying to force us on them. Yes, he was. You shaking your head no, and that's a lie. Why was they going to their restaurants where they was not welcome to no Negro pie, and they sat in there and waiting for Negro pie till they got eggs and flour thrown on top of their head? Why was they doing it? I showed the book earlier where the sister and 20 others got arrested while they were sitting in a restaurant. They ignored them niggas and they called the police. They said, hey, we don't want them in here. Why was they doing that when we got our own restaurants that sell good food? You understand? Who can make Negro pie better than a Negro? But instead, we go on to white folks to try to get their food. So let me read this real quick. This is what it says right here. This is out of Let the Children March. This is ridiculous. It says hundreds of us went to jail on the first day and even more on the second. So now you have children going to jail, getting records. You understand? All because of what's his name? James Bevel. James Bevel, a Christian preacher of the SCLC, thought it was a good idea because their movement was losing momentum. People was not showing up for the march. And he said, let's use the kids. Let's use them. That'll get their attention. To sit here and show the world how weak Negroes are, that shit didn't help, DMG. It did not help. Look at how all of the other nations of people treat us as a result of them seeing how big of a bitch Martin Luther King was to tell everybody to get punched in the face, get kicked downstairs, get rocks thrown at them, get spit launched at them, and guess what? Just keep on marching and singing. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. And now we can't even overcome the other nations of people. Now they're doing it to us. It didn't fix anything, man. This is ridiculous. I would not have let a damn camera record or none of that to where, hey, you know what? Hey, just keep on watching. Everybody gonna see, and this gonna make a change. Martin Luther King taught people. He had non-violence workshops where he taught people, where people were sitting blowing cigarettes in others' faces, where people was pulling their hair, where they was saying, hey, nigga, go home. They was hurling racial slurs at them, doing all manner of evil that white people love doing to them. And you just sitting there, taking. They got their plate in front of them. Just keep eating your food. While you got people acting, nigger, you goddamn nigger. What type of sense do this make? For a person to think that this is the way. Non-violence, man, you ain't got to be violent. Nobody is saying be violent to anybody, right? But don't be a bitch and a coward like Martin Luther King, and don't defend yourself. You know, they did that several times. Several times they came out with guns and knives during Martin Luther King's protest. And what did the Christians say? Oh, no. We ain't gonna have no violence out here. Y'all take y'all ass back home. Get out these streets right now. That's what they said. Because black folks was getting tired of getting beat on. But that was Martin Luther King's dream. To hold hand. He even said it. And I'm gonna play it too. He said for one day that the children of these damn oppressors and our children one day sit down and hold hands together. I said, God damn, Martin Luther King is an animal, man. And that dude was horrible. That whole idea was wrong. But this is what it said. It says, my turn wasn't until the third day. And I can't show the picture because it don't come up on my thing. It's block it out, the background. But this is a sister. This was a young sister, a teenager, right? It says, after I was sprayed by water stronger than anything I've ever felt, rough hands pushed me forward and I fell to my knees. In the police wagon, I was going to jail. Dr. King reassured our parents. Now listen to this. Don't worry about your children. This is what he said. When you turn around and you have put our kids in front of vicious rape, according to Martin Luther King, vicious racists. That's what he called them. And you put our children out there and you say, don't worry about them? King, what the hell is wrong with you? Then he said, they're going to be all right. Don't hold them back if they want to go to jail. For they are doing a job for not only themselves, but for all of America and for all mankind. This is disgusting on so many goddamn levels. How many mankinds them put their neck out on the line for us? Since we have to be the fight for all of mankind, why hasn't any other mankind stepped out on a limb for us? Since Martin Luther King was going to show everybody how it's done. He's going to show through this nonviolent protest, right, and these marches, that the world is going to be able to see how white folks are treating us like animals. And somehow this is going to change things. Why didn't the other nations of people join in? DMG? Why didn't Chinese people say, no, don't do that to them? But what do they do when they get here? They mistreat us too. That skit that the Wayans brothers did on Don't be a menace. Menace to society. What? Not menace to society. Don't be a menace in the hood.
While drinking your juice in the hood. Y'all
know what the hell it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They said when they walked in the door, the white man walked in, the bell said bing bong. Negro walked in the door and said, nigga. The white man walking around the whole store stealing every goddamn thing. The black man got cash out to buy it. And they following him around like crazy. The white man dropped, so he said, oh, you dropped something. You dropped something. The white man went in the cash register. Now, this was a movie that I'm mentioning. This part was a movie. But they do this for real. The other nations of people do this for real. How many black women have been beat up in these damn Korean nail shops? Trying to get look pretty, get on fleek and get the nails done and all that, whatever they say. How many sisters have been to, matter of fact, the ISUPK? We went to one out there in New York where they beat up them sisters and poured that acetone on them and beat them with broomsticks and all that, and we got them shut down. How many times has that happened? There was one that happened here in St. Louis where they locked the sister in because she was dissatisfied with her nail, and they beat her up. A man beat her up. A Chinese man beat her up. And you know what every other black woman sat there and did while the sister was getting beat up? They just sat there and got their nails done. They paid this shit no attention. And you mean to tell me that this dream of Martin Luther King of one day holding hands with little white boys and a little white girl, when sisters can't even get their hands and their feet done properly, and say, I don't agree with this. This isn't what I wanted. You need to fix it. And then she not get beat up. Like, come on, man. You really cannot be serious thinking that Martin Luther King and this mess that he did actually got us further. We are so far behind trying to join the other nations of people. Him believing that it was a good idea for those thousands of children. Thousands of them got arrested every single damn day and are felons now. Got criminal records. They sick dogs on them. Dogs ate their flesh off of them. We got the picture. Mashallah, show that picture while DMG speak. We got the picture of the brother that's sitting just trying to take it. He just trying to take it. The dog biting the shit out of him. And he just standing there trying to take it. Why is he doing that, man? Why is he doing it when none of them should have been put in harm's way, man? You had so many of our women out there getting billy clubbed and smacked upside the goddamn head. They didn't give a damn. That 6-year-old baby, Ruby Bridges, they sent death threats to that little girl. They was throwing rocks and throwing things at that little girl. And you think that that was worth the civil rights that we have today when we still ain't got no rights? We still ain't got no rights, DMG. So how are you going to explain this, sir?
Well, I mean, you say we ain't got no rights, but me and you sitting up here on YouTube having a conversation. And if were it not for those same people who you saying was fools for getting beat on, we wouldn't have our black behinds up here. Because if YouTube wanted to say this is an only white platform, we'd have to live with it. But because of those people, like the brother in the picture, they can't say that. But let's talk about it, because see, Cap got a lot of rhetoric, but I got facts. See, you see the difference? Rhetoric, and it sound cute, it sound good, but let's go with some actual facts. King's campaigns, especially Montgomery, Birmingham, and the March on Washington, helped create pressure that led to the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The law outlawed racial segregation in public accommodations and banned employment discrimination. See, Cap know all about how employment works. Cap is a businessman, for those who don't know. He got several businesses, as a matter of fact. He employed several people. But I can tell you, were it not for this act, especially here in St. Louis, which is, while it's not in the South, is very South adjacent, he wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for the man he calling a bitch. Now, let's talk about it. The nightmare does not, the quote unquote nightmare does not help destroy the legal framework of Jim Crow. King's work helped break the system that openly humiliated Black people in schools, buses, restaurants, hotels, jobs, and public life. See, again, Cap doing a lot of rhetoric, but I'm giving you facts. See, what Cap seems to forget is we in St. Louis. St. Louis is very South adjacent. I guarantee you, me and Cap, if YouTube wanted to say this is an only white platform, if Dr. King wouldn't have done what he did, leading those people in the way he led them, putting America's hypocrisy on blast for the world to see, forcing John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson to act, because now you got the whole world watching how you treat your people, because he's supposed to be president of all people. Now they saying, don't come over here telling us how to treat our people. So he had to act. And Dr. King forced that. Cap wouldn't have himself on this platform if it wasn't for the work of Dr. King and the many others of our ancestors, our relatives, et cetera, working in the civil rights movement. But that rhetoric was cute. But let's talk about legal and social benefit ending Jim Crow. King's campaign, the Montgomery bus boycott lasted 381 days, that's over a year, and ended the Supreme Court ruling that segregation on public buses was unconstitutional. King became a national leader through that struggle. King did not simply dream, he helped organize disciplined Black resistance that cost the white power structure money and forced legal change. What was the economic benefit? King was not only talking about integration, especially near the end of his life. He supported the Memphis sanitation workers strike, where Black workers fought for union recognition, safe working conditions, and dignity. See, a lot of people, when they hear the Poor People's Campaign, they think he was really like tripping off of everybody, which he didn't discriminate. But his main concern was these Black workers who were working the same jobs as these white workers who had union protection, but these Black workers didn't get it. He also organized the Poor People's Campaign to confront poverty, economic inequality, housing, jobs, and human dignity across racial lines. The claim that King only wanted Black people to assimilate is historically weak. I would argue that that claim is bitch ass because it's historically weak. His later work directly challenged capitalism, poverty, militarism, and labor exploitation. See, when you actually study history, instead of just coming up with rhetoric to talk bad about a person, you understand where the line of demarcation comes. King's work was grounded on the Black church, Christian ethics, and nonviolent resistance. The King Center states that his philosophy drew from Christian faith and Gandhi's nonviolent methods. King helped show that Black resistance was not hatred. It was righteous confrontation against evil. His spiritual language gave the movement moral force and exposed the hypocrisy of white Christians in America. Here's the bottom line, family. When we get done with it, we can make up a bunch of rhetoric about a person. We can come up with our own opinions and we can share the opinions of other people about what a person's mission was, but the work speaks for itself. I'm not here, Cap not there, to even have this conversation if it wasn't for the work this man put forward. See, a lot of people poo-poo voting, but it's a lot of things that Black people wouldn't be able to do if we never got that right to vote, if I didn't outlaw the intimidation, the restrictive tests they wanted us to do, and all sorts of other discriminatory tactics to keep us from voting. Us voting created change in this country, whether anybody want to admit it or not. And the crazy thing is, hold up, my flight about to take off, DMG. Shout out to my sister, Michelle Turner. Appreciate you, sis. Listen, at the end of the day, and I'm going to turn it back over to Cap, we don't have to agree with everything Dr. King said or Dr. King stood for or nor everything he did. But we got to put some respect on his name for pushing us forward in power. When our people couldn't get to their jobs because of the discrimination going on buses, that very thing Masha Allah read was part of Dr. King's strategy. Us giving each other rides to where we had to go, that was part of Dr. King's strategy. Shout out to Cap for saying we created the original Uber, but who was the brain behind that? MLK Jr. Because once he got into the forefront of the movement took off, whether anybody want to admit it or not, whether they like it or not. So the very thing he just tried to use as evidence against Dr. King was part of that strategy. So I just want to say, you ain't got to like him. You ain't got to agree with him. There's some things that I don't agree with. However, you got to put some respect on his name for what he put forth for our people and the fact that he did something ain't none of us did. put his life on the line and ultimately lost it because he was trying to help us move forward in power in this country that continues to this day to try to degrade and dehumanize us. It's on you, Cap.
All right. He lost his life because the thing that he was doing was totally wrong for Black people. Yes, he did turn around and say, since they will not let us ride their buses, and I said you missed the point. You totally missed the point of what I meant when I said that. Is we organize our.
Hey, Cap, keep building. I'm gonna go pay a water bill, but I'm listening.
I got you. What we did was we organized our own things. We turned around and said, okay, since we don't have their buses to ride, we'll do it ourselves. That's the damn thing that you need to put in mind. Martin Luther King was trying to get us to join them. It was temporary for us to take each other around until they let us ride their bus. That's the thing you missing. All right, we're gonna drive these cars around. We're gonna invent Uber real quick until they let us come back and ride their buses. Until they let us in on their side. You understand? Like that is insane to me how people really believe that the things that Martin Luther King did was good for Black people. It was totally wrong, man. And I'm gonna wait because I got a question that I want him to be here to answer. Because he mentioned the March on Washington. And I didn't think he was gonna mention that so fast, but I'm gonna read something else because he claimed that he's the only one bringing out facts. I am bringing out facts from books, from online. You can look this stuff up, right? That thing that DMG just lied and said about Martin Luther King being with a white woman was a rumor. That wasn't no goddamn rumor. That was a fact. And that's the problem with a lot of Christians, and they just cannot be totally honest and say everything that man did. Just put it out there. If you're saying you don't agree with some of the things that he did, don't lie and say something was a rumor, knowing that it was a fact. And I'm going to read, right? Let me read this real quick. I can't wait to get them on this other. Oh, wait. I want to see what his answer going to be to this other one, Marshawn.
I got a question in the chat if you want to take it while he gone.
Just wait for the questions and everything. We'll wait till, yeah, and then you'll be able to okay, I see it. I see one now.
Okay, yeah, I just
yeah, okay, matter of fact, I'll put it on.
Go ahead and ask your question, Cap.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna read something real quick about Martin Luther King's white woman, right? Betty Moitz, often known as Amelia, was Martin Luther King Jr.'s first serious girlfriend, a white woman he dated while attending Crozer Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania. Though deeply in love, he broke off the relationship, realizing that having a white spouse would destroy his chances of leading a Black church in the South. Do you agree with this article I just read from DMG that Martin Luther King had a white girlfriend before he was civil rights leader?
Give me 1 second, Cap. Hey Vince, I think I do have your email, but just in case I don't, if you don't want to put it in the chat, just if you got my email, just email me and let me know it's you. Yeah, from what I've read, he dated a white girl in college. I don't know, like this man died when he was 39 years old.
Mm-mm.
Keep in mind, I'm just saying, just hear me out. He dated a white girl in college.
Mm-hmm.
The man graduated high school at 15. He graduated from college at 19. So we talking about something he did when he was a teenager?
Okay, not only when he was a teenager, but have you had a chance to hear those files from the orgies that Martin Luther King was having in hotels with white women? Are you look that up? Oh, wait, now hold on. First you said, you see how dishonest DMG is, mashallah. When I first asked him, did he have a white woman? What was his answer? What did he say?
He said that was rumors.
That it was a rumor. Now he actually
I thought you was talking about something later in his life, Cap.
What a goddamn thing.
I know you was talking about when he was a kid.
Nah, we talking about
when he was a kid, Cap.
I talking about when he was no kid. This was right before he was the damn civil rights movement activist, before he went into work.
Cap, he became. Hold on.
Afterward, wait, no. Real quick, let's establish this.
He graduated college at 19. He graduated college at 19. He didn't become the leader of the civil rights movement until he was 25.
We're not talking about that. What you
talking about?
Listen, you're not listening. I also added, did he get caught in hotels with white women having orgies with them after he was the activist?
So you saying because he knocked? Wait a minute. Because he knocked a white woman off that made her his woman?
Answer that question, DMG.
Look, Cap, I don't know if because I see you working, Cap. You're getting skinny, brother. As my grandmother would say, you're getting kind of po, boy. You done got skinny on me, Cap. Like I see your neck and everything. I don't know if because you're getting skinny, your brain didn't shrunk. Or what? What I'm saying is, because he knocked off a white girl, do that make her his woman? Because like Cap, see, Cap, I didn't heard about Dre, you know what I mean, before De Gaulle. And I know you knocked off some chicks and they wasn't your woman. So I just need to understand, because he knocked off a chick that made her his woman. What are we talking about? Stop it, Cap. Stop it. Cap, I ain't said this in a long time, but I gotta say it. Cap, you capping. You capping, Cap.
Okay, DMG, I'm gonna read this again. Maybe you missed. Maybe you missed. Maybe your brain shrunk. You understand? So here's the thing right here.
Hey, I'm the same size. You are visibly smaller than you used to be. I'm the same size. My brain ain't shrunk. My head the same size. Yours ain't.
I understand. Maybe since
I see you got a new headband because that old one was too loose.
Maybe since you put some hair on your face, you understand. You didn't got small in your brain. Maybe that's it. Okay, but I'm gonna read it again, and I'm gonna ask you: does this sound like this is his woman? Yes or no? It says Betty Moitz, often known as Amelia, was Martin Luther King Jr.'s first serious girlfriend. Does that sound like that was his woman saying it was serious?
Cap, he was a teenager.
Just yes or no. Just yes or no.
He was a teenager.
Like that was his woman, yes or no. So I can move on. Come on.
Okay, here's my answer. When he was a teenager, yes.
Okay.
When he was literally a child. When he was literally a child, yes.
He wasn't no goddamn child. Stop it.
Cap, he graduated college at 19.
Oh, stop it. He was so not a child, he was able to realize this about this white woman. Check it out. It says, a white woman he dated while attending Crozer Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania. Though deeply in love. Does deeply in love sound like stay serious? Does deeply in love sound like
puppy love to me? Sound like puppy love to me. Hey, Cap, real talk.
Wait a minute.
Real talk. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna mute out, Cap. Like, hey, listen. Your sis upstairs. You know I've been knowing your sis upstairs since I was in second grade. She had a little cat. She had a little cat when we was freshmen. She thought she was madly in love with him. To big DMG swooped in and showed her what love really was. I'm submitting this. He may have thought that was love with homegirl, but Coretta Scott came in and showed him what love really was. I'm gonna mute out.
Yeah, mute out. Oh, I want to know what love is, and I want you to show me looking ass. You understand? I'm glad you put the she put the whip appeal on you and got you. You understand? I'm glad sis put the whip appeal on you. Okay, when you get done with this, go up there, take this L and sing to her and say, baby, you got that whip appeal. Go tell her she had that whip appeal way back in the day, and she bagged her man. You understand? But this is what it says. Though deeply in love, King broke off the relationship, realized this ain't no fucking child. This nigga was a grown man. And he realized something, that having a white spouse would destroy his chances of leading a black church in the South. This wasn't no puppy love.
That sound like a real nigga to me.
You can't
that sound like a real nigga to me. It sound like he said, hey, this stuff with the snow bunny was fun, but it's time for me to get serious about my people. I gotta let Shorty go. Sound like a real nigga to me.
Okay, so he let her go, right? But are you familiar with the tapes that they played with Martin Luther King having orgies with white women in hotels while he was leader of the SCLC, while he was an activist, while he was a preacher, while he was doing all? So did that real nigga stop fucking with white women according to the
Cap, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
No,
I just want to tell you something, Cap.
Answer the question.
I'm going to answer it. I want to start something first.
No,
listen,
answer it first.
I'm going to answer that question. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Listen.
Luther King,
listen.
That real nigga that you saw him stop.
I'm going to answer.
Okay,
I'm going to answer. Hear me out. Listen. Not only did he what's the word? Allegedly have relations with white women. He had relations with black women. Listen, it sounded to me like when it came to female sex and sexual innuendos or sexual encounters, Dr. King was running a rainbow coalition. But listen, did you know the day he died, allegedly his black mistress was right there at the Lorraine Hotel with him? I'm not here to talk about his personal life. It sounds like he had hoes in different area codes, but that ain't the question. The question is, was his mission beneficial to black people? And that's what I'm here to talk about.
Hey, and you know something? That's a shame that you would say what you just said, because those preachers and Martin Luther King were doing sisters just like what you just said, treating them like hoes. Marshala, find that part for me, to where those women that was going around with them were getting treated like hoes, getting raped and all kinds of shit by those nasty ass preachers. So that's a shame for you to know this information.
Allegedly.
That's a shame for you.
Allegedly.
No.
Allegedly. If you're gonna be intellectually honest, you gotta say allegedly. Allegedly.
It happened.
Allegedly.
You only doing that because the white man make you say that to stay on YouTube.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Hey, Cap, let me tell you something. Hold on. I gotta get this off, Cap. If I really cared what the white man said about me being on YouTube, you would never stream from my channel, my G.
Nigga, that's my channel. That's why I stream. Don't get beside yourself, DMG. You understand? You talking?
I want to submit this. I want to submit this to the Paradigm Shift TV 314 audience. Cap said, I care about what the white man got to say about me and YouTube. He would never be able to stream from my channel if that was the case. If I was on my stream yard, I hit the bomb for myself.
Hey, you know what I was about to say? This is my channel, punk. You understand? That's what this is. Don't get
Let me know you're ready, Cap.
Not get beside yourself. All right. Go ahead, Marshala. Read that. This is a shame, man, that he would do that. That he would bring that up knowing that these slimy ass Christian preachers was forcing themselves on them women, man.
Like, allegedly, Cap. Allegedly.
Make sure you whine when you say it. Say
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Come on, whining when you say allegedly. You can't say that shit like no man because it happened. That shit happened, and then you just say Martin Luther King had hoes.
It don't make no difference how I say it, Cap. My voice deeper than yours. And you done lost, hey Cap, you done lost a little bass in your voice since you lost all that weight too. Because no matter how I say allegedly, my voice still deeper than yours.
You done? Because when you get through, that's still my channel.
I'm done.
That's my channel, nigga, and I run it. I run this shit, JT. You understand? All right, now go ahead, Marshall.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
They coming to see me, and I refuse to let you go.
All right, come on, sir. This is the conversation. This is according to FBI memos. It says, I am an MLK scholar and I'll never be able to view King in the same light. Scroll down a little bit. It says the most damaging memos describe King witnessing a grape in a hotel room instead of stopping it. Handwritten notes in the file say he encouraged the stalker to continue. King was once thought of a saint beyond reproach. After his death, it eventually emerged that he was a womanizer.
Absolutely was a womanizer. Allegedly. You understand? No, it's factually. That nigga did that. You understand? Martin Luther King did all of that. And let me tell you something. This is something else that I want to get, because he just killed himself completely with that point. Talking about Martin Luther King had holes in different area codes. The man was a Christian preacher, and he's only supposed to be with one woman, according to him. And he just out here fucking hoes? And you're saluting that?
I'm not saluting it. I said, remember, I said, Cap. Remember, I said, allegedly. Cap. Hey, Cap. I don't know. I'm really starting to feel like the weight loss. I'm starting to feel like the weight loss is affecting your cognitive abilities. I said allegedly. I'm not saluting anything. Remember, I'm the one who said I'm not here to talk about his personal life because that's between him and his wife. And guess what? When J. Edgar Hoover tried to blackmail him with whatever information he had about his infidelity, that man had a real conversation with his wife. And still, J. Edgar Hoover said, if you accept, I want you to kill yourself or I'm going to expose your crimes. You better not go up there and accept that Nobel Peace Prize. Dr. King, like a real nigga would, went to his wife and said, hey, baby, I messed up. They got me on tape. You think I should go get that award or you think I should just step back? She, like a real woman, she say, baby, go get your award. And Cap, Dr. King went and accepted that Nobel Peace Prize with his wife right there at his side, like a real G. See, Dr. King ain't that much different from you, Cap, because when you get ready to get another woman, you don't have no conversations. You just go get that woman. Because that's between you and that woman.
Martin Luther King had a conversation there.
I just want to finish. Because what I realize is you done lost a little bit of sense with them pounds you lost. See, at the end of the day, what happened between MLK and whatever woman he was dealing with was between him and that woman, because he came to his wife and let her know what's up. But when it comes to the changes he made that were beneficial to Black people, that's concrete, that's tight. I don't care what he did in his personal life. I'm telling you the things he did that were systemically beneficial to Black people. Whatever he did allegedly outside of his marriage, it was between him and Coretta Scott King.
Okay, now, I appreciate you, brother, for noticing, you know what I'm saying, my changes. Because the girls, they love me because I'm the overweight Captain DAG. I appreciate that, all right? But check this out. We ain't talking about that, all right? We ain't talking about that. We talking about what Martin Luther King did and all that dumb shit that this man did. Now, you just said that Martin Luther King, he like you, he like you. You don't have no conversation when you go get another one. But this nigga went like a bitch to his woman and said, baby, I messed up. But can I please still get my award? Please, baby. Man, get out of here. Come on, man. That shit is not courageous. If he wasn't living a lie to begin with, he would have had nothing to explain. This man was living a lie. He talked all that non-violence bullshit. He had armed guards protecting his family. Meanwhile, he's walking other brothers and sisters around, getting the living shit beat out of them, and would not let them defend themselves. In fact, I'm going to read that and I'm going to ask you this question. When they turned around and sent them kids out there protesting, we read this earlier, right? We read this thing earlier to where they turned around and sent the preacher, what's his name? James Bevel, right? A Christian preacher. The one that turned around and said, let's put the kids out there. When these parents got tired of their kids being in a cage like they was animals, right? Because Bull Connor said, hey, we don't give a damn if they children, lock their ass up. The Bull Connor told the fire department, turn the hose on or either go home. The damn chief of the fire department did not want to hose the children. But he said, do it or go home. He said, hey, I turned it on because I got to get paid. That's what that bastard said. That's what that white man said. So while they was out there and during that thing, Connor came out. I mean, not Connor. James Bevel came out and he ended up saying to the crowd to go home because they came out with guns and knives. This is what it said right here. This is in the story of the Birmingham Civil Rights Movement. This is what the hypocrite Martin Luther King and his fellow Christian preachers of the SCLC, right? This is what they did and what they said. It says on Saturday, May 4th, photos from Birmingham made the front pages of newspapers all over the country. Americans were astonished to view pictures of young people abused by police and firefighters. The firefighters, the fire department, Mashallah showed all the pictures earlier where they were sicking the dogs on them, where they was billy clubbing the children upside the head, where they was putting the hose. They said the water hose was so powerful that it was destroying them children. It could break their ribs. That's how hard that water was, right? And they turned around, and this is what James Bevel did when the parents of the children that got arrested, because there was thousands of them every damn day, right? It said, I can see President John F. Kennedy said, why the Negroes of Birmingham are tired of being patient. Now, this is what gets me. This isn't like Martin Luther King was displaying something new about white people. Everybody knew that white people had us as slaves. Everybody knew that they was beating us, raping us, lynching us. Fuck, they taught it to us in their schools. That's the only thing that I remember about history class is learning about great white people, and then Black History Month when they roll that motherfucking TV in there and force us to watch Roots. I remember seeing that. So they didn't have to turn around and do nothing. Everybody already knew. They didn't have to display this. Everybody already knew what white people was doing to us. So what Martin Luther King displayed was really just how much of a big goddamn fool niggas really are. To think that we are going to convince these people to change their ways and to treat us fairly. When today we still not living out his dream. To this goddamn day, you can look up the statistics, and I'm gonna have my Charlotte do it. We still don't come We still don't come nowhere close to white people on no damn scale. When it comes to justice, employment, money, nothing. You brought up businesses, so what? I don't care because I got a business and you got a business, but look at the majority of our people that's out here struggling. Like I said, had we stayed on the black side with our businesses, guess what? We'd have been better off. We'd have been better off. with a lot of things, with school, education, all of that, because they was doing that back in the day. They was doing that back then. They was teaching our children. They didn't have this problem wanting to be the first one to integrate into a white school. For what? When we got our own. Why when we got our own goddamn school? That made no sense, man. Martin Luther King's idea was to join us together with them. And as you can see, to this day, it was not a good idea, right? But this is what it says. It says the battles in Birmingham were far from over. Parents of jailed children seized in anger. At a demonstration on May 4th, some brought guns and knives. James Bevel had to calm them down. Okay, get off the streets now, he said through a bullhorn. We're not going to have no violence. So you mean to tell me that the police can beat up your children? Marshall, show those pictures. Show those pictures that you showed from earlier. The white man can very violently. Martin Luther King even said it himself that these people are violent, vicious. I'm sorry, not violent. He said that they are vicious racists. That's what Martin Luther King called them. And you mean to tell me that the vicious racists can turn around and beat our kids and we supposed to, hey, ain't no violence out here. Get off the streets right now. He went and talked to those brothers and those sisters like they was pieces of garbage, man. Because the only fucking thing they cared about was their movement and them joining white people. They didn't give a damn about them. They didn't care about how they felt about their child being locked in a goddamn cage. Keep rolling them pictures so DMG can look at it. Take that big ass head and look up at this goddamn screen, DMG. Look at these pictures of these children, man. Look at these children. Look at that goddamn picture. This is what they was doing to kids, man. Ages 6 to 16. 6 to 16. This is how they doing our children. I just read you one how they did a sister. They beat up a goddamn young sister. And here goes the brother. The other one was him getting the dog sick on him. Keep going. Keep rolling them pictures, my shot.
Okay, come on.
Keep rolling them so they can see them, man. You mean to tell me that we had to see this? The world had to see this on video and on photo? When white people was already doing it. They was already hanging us from trees. And everybody knew it. You know what? White people used to come out. They used to come out the house and watch the lynchings. And everybody knew about it. Keep going. Keep rolling with them pictures. Show some more.
Come on, so here I go.
Children in the cages. I want you to show all them pictures that you were showing.
Let me know when I can tap in, Cap.
I got you. Give me 1 second. This is the children. This is the first day when 958 of them got locked up. This is them running them to jail. Got their guns out on these little kids, man. Ages 6 to 16. Well, Bull Connor said, hey, I don't care if they are children. Pose their ass. Look at these kids. These kids. This is a mix of the children, the adults. This is a mix of everybody. And look at what they're doing to them, man. All because they peacefully protest. They singing. Now look at how proud they are singing. We shall overcome with the white preacher. We shall overcome. What the fuck is the white man got to overcome? What he got to overcome? Look at him, got the billy club in the kid face. Finna crack him upside his head with it. Like, this is what our children endured, man. This is what they endured. Look at it. Look at how terrified those little girls are. When Martin Luther King souped them up and told them, I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of y'all. And told the parents, hey, if they want to go to jail, let them go to jail. Man, are you stupid? Yes. Martin Luther King was very stupid. He was very stupid. Children we're supposed to protect. Now, like I said, look at all of this that's happening to these kids right here. And you know who was sitting at home with Martin Luther King? His family? He had burners at his house. He had Dracos. And he had Ninas at his house. You understand? He had 357s. He had Mr. Boom, boom, boom. He had all of that at his house, protecting his damn wife and his kids. But you felt that it was okay for our women and our brothers. Look at it. The dog ripping his brother clothes. Look at DMG. He can't even look at the goddamn pictures. He can't even look at the pictures of them eating up our people.
No, real talk, real talk. I'm falling asleep because you keep saying the same thing over and over again.
I know. I know. Go to sleep. Because you already sleep. You ain't woke up yet. Believing that Martin Luther King dream did something. Look at all of these people, man. Look at these devils taunting these sisters. And Martin Luther King taught them this bitch ass shit to just keep walking and don't say nothing. This is a goddamn shame. And for anybody to think that this was necessary for us to get freedom, just stay on the black side. That's all we had to do. We didn't have to try to force ourselves on the white side. They didn't want us over there. The first whiff of we got that they didn't want us over there, we should have turned around and walked our black ass back on the black side and said, fuck all that. Fuck that. You understand? Let's go back over here where we cool at, where we safe at. You understand? That's what we should have did. But no, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna acknowledge it. He gonna say that all of it. Let me ask you a question, DMG, and then I'm gonna let you get it. And then I'm gonna go to my next question. And then we're gonna end up letting some people jump on with their question.
Bet that.
Let me ask you a question, DMG. Was those 4 little girls that got blown up on that church parking lot? No, church steps, right? What was that necessary for civil rights?
Was it necessary?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so these children that you see right here, a lot of them, according to the book that I got, the story of Birmingham, a lot of them were injured due to this water being poured on them, right? And the dogs being sick on them, and the police being violent towards them. The Christian preacher came out and told them no violence while the children were suffering violence, right? And got mad at the parents because they came out ready to do something, right? So was all of that necessary, DMG, in order for us to have civil rights?
Well, I don't think the question is whether it was necessary. The question is, should it have been necessary? See, here's what I do know, because I happen to personally know people who were kids during this time who participated in those marches and who sustained injuries, bites, and etc. Some got locked up and had to fight to get the felony that they got that day removed. I know them personally. And they say it was worth it. So it ain't up to me to say whether or not it was necessary. To me, it shouldn't have been necessary. But Mitchell Foster, John McKinney, Jackie McKinney, they say, no, ain't no legend. Look, give me time. I can get them on the phone. They said it was worth it. Matter of fact, Cap, if you want to meet them in person, you can actually meet them in person.
I want to meet them in person.
Whenever I get one of our local St. Louis cats to debate you at Legacy Bookstore, I'm gonna make sure they there in the front row, because we do got to do that, Cap. We got to put something together.
Come on, man. We can do it. We can do it. So okay, so it wasn't necessary for any of that to happen.
It shouldn't have been. No, it shouldn't have been.
Right, but that was all planned. You said strategically planned with them buses, right? And them cars. This was strategically planned by MLK and SCLC too, right?
Oh, I'm gonna get into that. Go ahead.
No, I'm asking, was it strategically planned by Martin Luther King and SCLC for these children to be felons, get injured, get beat, right? Get arrested? He told them. He told the parents, don't stop them from going to jail, right?
What was that rhetorical, or you want me to answer?
I want you to answer.
Okay. What was strategically planned was for America's hypocrisy
Here comes the bullshit.
to be blasted worldwide so that they can force
Listen to this
the
bullshit.
government, in particular, President John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson's hand. So, because again, America had their hands in everybody else's business, telling them how to treat their citizens, what Dr. King showed was You can't tell them how to treat their citizens when look how you treating us and we citizens. So what was strategically planned was for Dr. King to put America's hypocrisy on blast. Now, what happened as a result of him doing that is what we see in those pictures.
Oh, he put me to sleep, saying the same thing. I'm about to go to sleep. Oh, yeah, wake me up when he says something important. Okay, so now, when you mentioned the March on Washington, right? Let me show you a picture.
Cap, I just gotta say, how long you gonna go, brother? Because I ain't got the return to serve yet.
This last one right here, and then I'm gonna let you get it, and then we're gonna end it with you, and then we're gonna let the people come up and have any questions or got any comments or whatever. All right, you cool with that?
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna let you rock out after this one.
Hey, and mashallah, that thumbnail was fire, bro.
Oh, I appreciate it. My
beard. Hey, I gotta step my beard game up compared to that picture.
Oh, I think Thumayam did that one. Yeah, that's to my brother Thumayam. Okay. I think he did that one. Yeah, I didn't do that one.
Salute to the brother.
Hey, we all brothers, so you know what I'm saying. It's all good. Nah, but I let him know.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay. So, do you know who this guy is right here? This black guy.
Ain't that I forget his name, but he was like a gay dude, I think.
Yeah, this is the man who actually organized the March on Washington. This is Bayard Rustin himself.
Yeah, there you go. I'm familiar.
Yeah, this is Bayard Rustin. So, you do know that all of this marching and protesting and stuff that Martin Luther King did, it was organized by a gay black man who actually got caught having sex, had an orgy with two white men outside in a car. Are you familiar with that?
I've heard it.
Yeah, he had sex. It was some speech that he had to give. I forgot what the speech was. But he turned around and got caught having sex after the speech with the two white men. So can you see kind of close pattern too? Martin Luther King like white women, and he like white men. Can you not see that it is something wrong with your leaders? If you are hurling them to be heroic figures, right? This is the man that actually influenced MLK. That organized his March on Washington, put it all together, and said, "Oh, you know what? Oh, that sounds good." Your Martin Luther King listened to a homosexual, and let me tell you something. Everything about that Civil Rights Act and movement and protest and everything Martin Luther King was doing, it sounds real zesty. It's real zesty for our people to walk around, right? Walk around and get beat up by people who are ready to beat you up. That doesn't even make no sense. To go and get unalived by people that already was unaliving us. This didn't make no sense. You agreed with it yourself. You said, no, this should not have been necessary. This should not have happened. But it happened. And this was your lead. This is your leader's leader. A fucking sissy, a homosexual, a man that got caught sucking two white penises before he went to go give a speech. And you are on her saying that Martin Luther King had them hoes? He was running a rainbow coalition? Your leader was getting dookie shoot from a white boy. You love this. You like the fact that a man sucked some penis in order for us to be on YouTube. I'd rather just not have the goddamn YouTube if a brother of mine had to suck a penis to get on it. I'd rather not have a business if a black man had to suck a penis in order for me to have a job.
Hey, Cap,
but you DMG, you said that guess what?
This is hilarious.
Wouldn't even have a business had it been for Martin Luther King, and it wasn't even Martin Luther King that did it. It was the sissy that was sucking penises in order to get it.
Hey,
DMG.
this is funny as hell.
DMG was clapping for them sissies. And DMG said 2 snaps up and a twist. All because we got businesses. All because we got houses in a nice neighborhood. And we got money. And we employ people.
And is it my turn? Is it my turn to go or what? Because you, hey, Cap, I ain't never seen
that did it all.
Hey,
and DMG, hey, hold on. I'm finna let you
never
out.
seen you cap this hard, Cap.
Hey, my shout. Was DMG booty clapping for Martin Luther King?
Hey, this is the hardest I ever seen you cap.
For Martin Luther King and Van Rustin.
Hey, Cap, I didn't see you cap.
Hey, my shout.
Hey, this is what I'm gonna say.
Didn't he get up and booty clap when he went to go pay that water bill?
This is what I'm gonna say.
Got up and booty clap for Martin Luther King and Van Rustin.
This is what I'm gonna say.
Hey, it's on you. I'm gonna let you get Mr. Booty Clapper. That's his name from now on.
This is what I gotta say, man. Hey,
Booty Clapper, go ahead.
listen, I don't know why we talking about Bear Rustin and his booty clapping for white boys when the question is, was Dr. King a dream come true or was it a nightmare? Or as I like to properly state it, was Dr. King a benefit or a detriment for black people? Cap talking about Bear Rustin. I'm talking about whether MLK and his movement beneficial for black people. I don't know what the hell, Cap. Hey, Cap, I don't know what's up with Skinny Cap and this talk of booty clapping men and all of that. Like, listen, I need the old Cap back. The Cap that had a little more, like I say, man, I feel like your brain shrunk when you listen, salute on the weight loss, but we got to figure out how to work your brain muscles so you can keep up in the conversation. I'm not here to talk about no man's sexual preference. I'm not here to talk about what anybody did in their personal life. I'm here to talk about whether Dr. King and his movement was beneficial for black people. I don't know what the hell Cap talking about. But
you would say that.
Man, here we go.
The movement was organized by
Dr. King was not perfect. He was not perfect.
He just admitted that the movement was organized by
Listen, Cap, it's time to listen. It's time to listen, brother. It's time to listen. It's time to listen, Cap. I know it's hard for you. I know Skinny Cap is feeling real unrestrained. Like, I get it, but it's time to listen, brother. It's time to listen. Pull that headband off of your ears because I want you to hear this.
Keep deflecting.
Listen, Cap, pull the headband up. I don't want your ears covered up. I want to make sure you hear this. Listen, Martin Luther King Jr. was not perfect. I'm not here to say he was. He was not perfect. His dream was not perfect. Like not to me in any way, shape, or form. But the question is not whether racism ended. I'm not here to say race. I know full well racism ain't ended. The question is whether his work benefited black people. That's what I'm here to talk about. I'm not here to talk about where somebody put their ride. I don't know why Cap is so obsessed with where people putting their rides. Like his Skinny Cap is getting weird. Hey man, I need Cap to put his weight back on, get his weight back up so he can keep up with the conversation. All this talk of where cats putting their ride, listen, the question is, was the movement beneficial for black people? And the answer is yes. His movement helped win voting rights, public accommodations, labor dignity, political representation, and moral legitimacy for the black struggle. A nightmare keeps people powerless. Martin Luther King Jr. helped Black people organize power, expose injustice, and force America to change. That don't mean we gotta agree with it, but we talking about facts. I ain't talking about where nobody put they ride. King's genius was that he turned America's greatest weapon, its greatest weapon, its claim to freedom, into a mirror. Every time peaceful Black citizens were attacked, America had to decide whether it truly believed the words written in the Constitution or just preached it from its churches. See, this is the issue. Dr. King said, somewhere I read that the right to protest for right was a God-given right. Somewhere I read that every man was created equal. See, Dr. King was big on turning America's words and actions against them. Cap ain't sophisticated enough to keep up with this conversation. Cap worried about who MLK was banging. I'm worried about whether MLK helped establish things that allow us to move in the ways we want to move in this quote unquote captivity, as my brother Cap would like to say. See, the very things that Cap benefit from in this captivity, like the ability to take care of his wives and his kids, was put forth by the man he got so much negative stuff to say about. But I bet he ain't gonna renege on them rights. He ain't gonna renege on his ability to get a business while he up here talking about I'm booty clapping. If anybody should be booty clapping, it's Skinny Cap instead of capping, because his ability to take care of his wives and his kids is contingent on the movement Dr. King led. But he ain't finna renege on being able to move the way he moved. He ain't finna get none of them businesses back. Cap making too much money. He ain't finna get none of them businesses back that Dr. King helped make it possible for him to have. Cap called me the other day. He out and about making bread. And he talking about these insignificant problems like he ain't able to readily solve them. Like he telling me, and I'm like, man, Cap gonna be down for a minute. He like, I'm out here doing my thing right now. I heard him in the store like, no, I ain't put that mess back. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna get it for this. Making money moves and doing what he gotta do to keep one of his many businesses going. I submit to you that he wouldn't even be able to do that if it wasn't for this movement Dr. King led. But more than that, I'm gonna say it again. For the people with slow gases like Skinny Cap, because his brain, man, boy lost all that weight. His head ain't as big and it's like his brain sunk in. Listen, King's genius was that he turned America's greatest weapon, its claim to freedom, into a mirror. Every time peaceful, them kids kept showing like I ain't never seen it. Like I don't know people who personally went through it. Every time peaceful Black citizens were attacked, America had to decide whether it truly believed the words written in its Constitution or just preached them from its churches. Because again, King had the foresight and the, dare I say, genius to use that claim to freedom against them. Cap ain't able to keep up with this type of conversation because he worried about where that man was putting his ride. I'm worried about how his strategies and his movement helped us be able to move the way both me and him move today. Not only that, the people who actually participated is proud on what they was able to get accomplished, whereas Cap got the hindsight of benefiting from their sacrifice. He got the hindsight and the ability to look back and criticize their action while he benefit from the very sacrifices they made. That's hypocritical. That's ungratefulness, if you ask me. But let me share my screen right quick, if I may, Cap.
Go ahead, bro.
Nah, we on y'all stream, so y'all have to bring it up. Let me dang, I pulled it back down. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I can pull it up.
You see it, Marshall?
Oh, I don't know if it's down there yet or not.
Yes, it's up, bro. We got it.
All right, I got it.
Go ahead.
I got it. This is MLK in his own words, not what Cap's saying, not what I'm saying, not what I think, not what Cap thinks, not what's alleged, not what's rhetoric. This is MLK in his own words. Let me make sure my volume up. All right, here we go.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farm. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check. At the very same time.
See, this the type of time Dr. King was on. In his own words, to the very people who was in his inner circle and a few from the outside, this is the type of time he was on. All this rhetoric, Cap talking, while he himself, again, is benefiting from the strategies and the movement Martin Luther King Jr. put forth. See, again, it's easy to look back, not having to go through what they went through and criticize them. But a person who was respectful, a person who was grateful for being able to move the way they move due to their sacrifice would look back with respect, maybe not understanding everything, but respecting the fact that they put that effort forth. But see, we got a bunch of ungrateful niggas who think they know better than the people who actually went through it. It's like a nigga who been free all his life, looking back and having some criticism for somebody who went through slavery and opening their mouth about them when they couldn't walk a mile in their shoes. See, it's easy to talk tough up here with the freedoms they paid flesh and bone for. It's easy to do that. But I guarantee skinny Cap, maybe bigger Cap, but skinny Cap, that fire hose would have hit him and he might have curled up in the fetal position while he looking back, talking a particular way about the people who actually endured that and pushed forward change that he benefit from. I thought better of you, Cap. I thought you was a more stand-up dude than that. But I'm saying when it comes to our little biases about particular people, we are compromised. Salute to Cap, salute to the chat. Let's open this thing up. I'm done.
Good. That's terrible. I want to read this real quick and then we're gonna open it up. This is a shame. And he is so booty clapping for, you know what I'm saying, Martin Luther King and Bayard Rustin, these homosexual men, right? He can't even understand why I even brought it up. This is your leader's leader, nigga. Your leader was influenced by a sissy, by a whole punk. And this is what it says right here. I'm not impressed or really infatuated why this man like to suck on penis. And as according to what you said, we got businesses now because he sucked the penis. No. I said I would rather not have a business if a brother got to suck a penis in order to get it done. But this is who did it. All right. This is what it says right here. It says Martin Luther King Jr. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold it. This is the wrong one. I got several of them. Hold on. Let me get the other one. Because guess who else was openly? Now I know a lot of people don't like to talk about that sister, but Coretta Scott King openly, you understand, was in support of the LGBTQ movement. She even said that her husband.
Cap, I thought you was letting me do this and we was gonna open it up.
Okay, you know what? All right, you know what?
I hit you. I know it hurt, Cap. I know it hurt. So now you want to go again after you said we was done after I went. I know it hurt, Cap. I know I hit you in the jaw a couple of times. Listen, Cap, no matter how much weight you lost, Cap, I still got the reach advantage. I'm still about 12 inches taller than you or more. Probably I'm probably 24 inches taller. Cap, I still got the reach advantage. I know you quicker because you lost weight and you bobbing and weaving like Tyson. But listen, man, I got the reach advantage, Cap.
Okay.
Straight,
Look,
a couple straight jabs, a hook and an uppercut, and you out of here, Cap. I know you want to go again after you said you wouldn't, but I know it hurt.
Let me read this.
Open up that chat. Look at you.
My son, get the questions ready. Get all the questions in the chat. Get everybody, send the link out there. I'm gonna read.
I need you to admit that I hurt you. I need
you to admit that I hurt you. We got to page as well.
No, you did not.
Cap, admit that I hurt you, man.
Hold up.
Why you going again after you said
in this article?
Hey, man, I know I hurt you, Cap.
Hold on.
I hurt you, brother, and I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Cap. But you ain't gotta do this, man. Everybody heard you say it was over after I went, and they see you trying to get this extra stuff.
I didn't say that, but I want to read something else. Just mute up. Just mute up. All right, let me read this. This is what it says about openly gay collaboration. MLK's closest advisor and the chief organizer of the 1963 March on Washington was Bayard Rustin, an openly gay man. When political opponents tried to use Rustin's sexuality to attack the civil rights movement, MLK defended him. Wait a minute,
hey, man.
Hold up. He defended him.
This is horrible, Cap. You know everybody watching see this, right?
This sissy. Cap. I'm gonna mute you. Let me finish, and I'm done. King defended him and insisted that Rustin maintain his leadership role. Your leader was gay, nigga. Coretta Scott King. Wait. Stop. Coretta Scott King strongly believed that her husband's philosophy of universal justice applied to the queer community. Here go his wife pushing this gay mess. She became a prominent champion for LGBTQ plus rights, speaking at events opposing discriminatory military policies and advocating for same-sex marriage. This is insane. And she actually said her husband and all of what he was doing was for disenfranchised faggots too. So I just wanted to read that part. All right, so we got
Hold up, Cap. I gotta say this. I gotta say this.
Oh, let me mute you
I gotta
again.
say this.
Mute you again. I have to mute you again, brother.
I gotta say this, Cap. I gotta say this, man. Listen, everybody heard you say we was gonna be done after I went, right?
Everybody did.
And everybody saw I must have dug in your chest. Must have dug in your chest so bad that you had to renege. You had to renege on saying we was gonna be done after I went and we was gonna open it up. Yeah. Everybody heard. Hey, rewind it, y'all. Look at the transcript of this video. You're gonna hear my brother Cap say, we done after this. We gonna let you go, and then we gonna open it up for the chat. And then he had to go again because I dug in that nigga chest so bad. He was so hurt. He was like, oh, hell no. I'm gonna get this in about where these cats was putting their rods.
No.
Listen, hey, Cap, Skinny Cap ain't got no integrity, man. Skinny Cap ain't got no integrity.
This is what I was trying to do for you. While you was booty clapping and dick riding, I had to show you that your leader was a sissy, and he went to bat for that sissy. He went and defended a sissy. Why? Because he was a sissy.
Skinny Cap ain't got no integrity. Skinny Cap say, hey, you did like I did Hercules the other day. I told Herc, I say, hey, man, Hercules had a presentation. He said Christianity is the European religion. I vehemently disagree. So I say, all right, bro, I'm going to let you come on, and I ain't going to even get no pushback because I'll be putting Herc in the blender. I say, I ain't going to even get no pushback. So he come on and he said so much egregious stuff, bro. He made me break my word. I was like, dang, Herc, you made me break my word because I gotta put you in the blender. And Cap, I just did the same thing to Cap.
You didn't.
Except you
didn't even know that your leader was
I just want to finish, Cap. I just want to finish. You can't even help yourself, man. Skinny Cap.
You didn't even know that your leader was decorum. That's all.
Skinny Cap has no decorum. Skinny Cap has no. He can't even let me get it out, y'all. Listen. Unlike Herc, who information was horrible the other day. Shout out to the brother, but it was horrible. My information is facts. And Cap was so vexed. My man was so vexed by the fact that I'm sticking strictly to the facts. He didn't say, hold on. I know I said we was going to the chat after you went. But boy, you dug in my chest so hard, bro. I got to read this. Because it's important where he was putting his rod. Hey, man, salute to my brother Cap, man. I don't remember ever hurting him like this. Skinny Cap can't take a punch like he could when he was bigger. Skinny Cap then lost all his integrity. You hear me? Skinny Cap will go to desperate measures to win. The old Cap had integrity. He'll take his L like a man. Skinny Cap is a different animal altogether. Go ahead, man.
Get your mind. All right, hold on one second. Hold on one second. The brother gonna read the questions that he had in the chat, and then we got you. 1 second.
All right, come on, sir. The one we had is the brother indigenous black man want to ask. He said, DMG asked Captain K why Captain Zaryak has cult leader on his ISUPK leather biking vest.
It stands for culture. Go ahead, next.
All right. Same guy, indigenous black man. He said, is more than one wife against the Bible?
No, it's not. It's a man's God-given right to have one wife, two or more, or none at all. It's his choice. Next.
All right. Cap, who was the name of the woman? Why isn't there a picture available of her? I think it was
Betty Moitz. And the picture is of it. Yeah, Betty Amelia Moitz. MYTZ.
All right. The last question we got is from Michelle Turns. It says, what have y'all done to help advance the cause of our people other than a failed 400-year prophecy and failed 1999 prophecy?
Failed 1999 prophecy. Well, what we have been doing for Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians is we have been teaching our people the truth, all of these lies that we have been taught by our oppressor. You know what I mean? As far as the Bible, you know, about our King Yahushua, which everybody else. Hold on, sis, mute up. No, I'm trying to answer. She said she out of here. Good. Okay, so like I said, we've been teaching our people the truth, right? All the different lies about, like I said, our King Yahushua, Jesus Christ, what everybody else call him, about the Most High, about God, right? That's what we are actually freeing Black people. As you can see, DMG, he ain't free, he a slave. He right about Cap. Cap is a free man, but DMG is a slave. He really believes that the things that Martin Luther King, that those little girls dying on them buses, the Little Rock Nine getting beat up and attacked, trying to join a white school, Ruby Bridges, you understand, and countless, I can go on and on forever about all of the racism that we experienced trying to, what he said was get a business, as if we didn't have businesses in our own neighborhoods before the shit. That's what I'm trying to understand. Black people had their own businesses. We had Black farmers back then. How many do we have now? 1, 2 in fucking Missouri. We got a few. We got a couple more now. I looked up some, and we got a few more now. It's a couple more added to the list, but it's just a few. It's just a few, man. So that nonsense about I wouldn't have a business. Yes, the fuck we would. I would have Cap's business in the Black side of the goddamn, not on the white side. Okay, we wouldn't have to be dealing with the shit that we deal with now. We would have our own restaurants. It's hard to come up with a Black-owned restaurant now, and it's hard for them to stay alive. We was just talking about that yesterday. We just talking about that, man. This shit is hard for us now. Why? Because we were so influenced by Martin Luther King that it was better to go to white restaurants to get our food better versus our own. This shit is insane, man. This shit is fucking insane. So yeah, we've been doing a lot for our people. We have been teaching them that the thing that God requires of us to do is to separate from these people. And it don't mean go back to Africa and all that other nonsense. It don't mean move out the country. We doing it right here, wherever the hell we stand. Okay? Regardless of what job you work at, regardless of what business you own, what kind of house you live in, any of that. You understand? We are doing what the Lord requires from us right here. So yeah, we've been doing a lot for our people.
Hey, real quick, Cap, I wanna say this.
Go ahead, David.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. I already talked about how the cross-dressing head of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, tried to blackmail the man into committing suicide. Instead, the man just had a conversation with his wife, and she encouraged him to receive that award. King made the oppression of Black people an international embarrassment for the United States. The global pressure mattered during the Cold War, where the United States were trying to police Russia, Cuba, and other communist countries, telling them how to treat their citizens, and now they had to mirror up to them, showing how they treated their citizens. This is what forced John F. Kennedy to act, and later Lyndon B. Johnson. The Voting Rights Act helped expand Black electoral power. The Joint Center notes, see, I got sources. The Joint Center notes, as Black voters were added to the rolls, their ballots changed legislations, commissions, and councils. King's work helped create the conditions for Black mayors, judges, legislators, congresspeople, and the local officials to emerge in places where Black people had been politically locked out. See, again, it's cool for us to sit up here in 2026, being able to move the way we move and look back on the people who sacrificed to allow us those rights. It's kind of weird when you hear somebody criticizing any of them, but in particular, Dr. King, and bringing up his personal life as if it was actually something that most people even knew back then. So it wasn't a motivating factor for them. Again, we have the fortune of being in 2026 and looking back, offering a critique. But if we had to walk a mile in any of those people's shoes and make the decisions they made, Cap, my arms, but Cap arms in particular, probably too short to reach that goal.
All right. We got a brother that want to read some scriptures. We also got sister Step Into the Light in the building. We got True Kawatim in the building.
The Sister Light was up first. That'll rock.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a few questions for you, Kat. I see you brought up the brother, and you kind of doing what the government did. They tried to use his sexuality to discredit the movement. So let me ask you, are you aware of the Big Six?
The who six?
The Big Six, because it was that brother and 5 other brothers who put that march together.
You said that was Ben Rustin?
Yes.
Yeah, what about it?
Are you aware of them? Because it seemed like you went with the one brother because he was gay in order to fit your narrative today.
How's it fitting my narrative when that was actually one of the King's leaders?
He was not his leader. It was the Big Six that put the hold on. You can go look this up. You in front of your computer, go look up the Big Six. You had A. Philip Randolph, you had Whitney Young, you had the brother you mentioned, you had, I forget the other dude, Farmer. They put that whole thing together. Now, let me ask you a question. You said we should have been on our own. What happened to every town that Black people put together where they had businesses, schools, churches, or whatever? What happened to all of those places?
Be more specific to what happened.
I'm asking you what happened. So they only teach you about Rosewood. They only teach you about Tulsa, Oklahoma, but there were hundreds of more of towns that Black people had. What happened when Black people...
Can I say this?
Yes.
Let me say this. Hey, like, you know what's funny?
Yes.
In Cap's lifetime, since Cap has been alive right here in St. Louis, he saw what happened to the town my parents grew up in, Kinlock, an all-Black town. Y'all stay tuned because I'm doing a documentary on it, and I'm really doing this because I know the people who's still alive that was really about Kinlock when it was popping. I'm either kin to them or I'm adjacent to them somehow. Point being, I'm gonna try to do that real big, and I'm gonna keep y'all posting on how y'all can help. But
let me know if you let me know when if you go out. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, I'm definitely doing that.
Hold on, DMG. I would like Cap to answer the question. What happened?
Let me finish this real quick, like, because I just want to inform you of something. One of those Black towns in Cap lifetime, he's seen what happened to it. And how the airport annexed it under false pretenses because what they said they was gonna build when they was trying to buy out all those homes, they end up building somewhere else. This happened in Cap's lifetime, so he know exactly what happened to those type of towns. Let's see if he honest about your question, though.
You know, that's crazy because they did the same thing where JFK Airport is in New York. That was an all-Black town. They did the same thing.
I just asked her to be more specific of what she was meaning when she asked me what happened when we were on our own. So I'm gonna definitely be honest about it. I know
it hurt, Cap. I know it hurt.
But if you know history, Cap, you should know what happened.
you mean?
Every town that we've had, what did they do? What did they do?
You said, say it again now, because you said
Every town that we've had, every black town across the
town that we had,
across the United States, what they call the United States right now, what happened to those towns, Cap?
What happened to those towns? Now you're saying something different. You said first you asked what happened when we were off to ourselves. You asked something different.
I did not. That's the same question, Cap. I thought I had to go a little deeper because you act like you didn't understand.
I did ask you to go deep, and I asked you to.
Okay, and I said the same thing over. What happened, Cap? Cap, what happened? What happened?
Hold on 1 second. I don't know why you always come up here and try to be difficult.
Oh.
I asked you to be more specific when you're asking me what.
Cap, she not being difficult, Cap. She just need an answer, Cap. She just need an answer. That's all.
He's trying to drag it out because he can't be Googling right now.
Ask me the question.
So DMG, what happened to all of the black towns that we had across?
Ask me the question.
Hold on, DMG. Hold on 1 second. This is my question. And if I asked her to give me more details and be more specific on what she's asking me, then that's all she should do instead of the bullshit round and round. Just get more specific.
Okay, I just want to answer it because I don't need more specifics. I don't need more specifics. I can answer it right now.
This wasn't for you. This wasn't for you. So if I asked the sister, I just said be more specific on what you're asking me. She should have done that versus saying the same shit over there.
That's cool. What I'm saying is I don't need more specifics so I can answer it.
Take your cape off and let her clarify. That's all I answer. That's all. I don't need.
There you go again, Cap. You can't never just stick to what we talking about, man. Come on, bro. Come on.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Listen,
don't save her.
Listen. I
said what she's asking.
I just want to get it out, Cap. I just want to get it out.
All you should say is nothing. All you should say is nothing.
Hold up.
Let her be more specific.
Listen, Cap. Listen. I know it hurt, Cap.
All I ask. All I ask.
It's been a long time. Hey, Cap. I know it's been a long time since I had to do this to you, and I know you was feeling good. I know you was feeling good because you like that was a year ago when DMG beat up JJ.
Why you can't be quiet?
I got you. I just want to say this, and then I'm done.
No, don't say nothing.
Hear me out. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm done.
No,
I didn't need more specifics to answer.
Ain't nobody asked you that. Stop, man. Stop, DMG.
I didn't,
stop, brother. Stop.
I just want to say
DMG, that. Just stop. Don't say it.
I just want to say.
I asked you that. This question was for me. This was my question. DMG, you're interrupting. I asked her to be specific, and she's in her feelings about it, and now you're in your feelings about it. That's all I asked her was what is she asking specifically?
I was never in my feelings, Cat. Never in my feelings.
You are just DMG. Just be quiet.
I'm not in my feelings, but the fact that you sat up here trying to play in my face.
Ain't nobody playing in your
no, you are, because you shouldn't have needed.
I just asked you when you asked me the question.
Hold on. So if you go
more, I said be more specific with what you're asking me. Because you just asked me what happened when we put it in the chat also. You said what happened when we were off to ourselves. Right behind that, I asked the question, what do you mean? What happened when we was off to ourselves? What are you talking about? And instead of doing all this round and round shit with you and DMG, because you tag team sisters, y'all twinning right now. All you had to do was just say what you meant, what you're asking me. That's all. That's all. Ain't nobody fucking hurt.
I ain't never seen you this hurt, Cap. I ain't never seen you this hurt.
Hey, twin, be quiet. All right, so go ahead, sis, and be specific.
I ain't never seen you like this. That's all.
What do you mean when you say what happened when we were off to ourselves?
You know history, right? When we was off to ourselves, when we had our towns and we had all of the things that we were doing for ourselves, and dating back to the 1700s, in the middle of slavery, when we had all of these things going on, what did they do to our people?
And I just want to know if I can answer the question at the cap. That's all I wanted to know.
Hold on. Okay, so now she was a little more clear. Okay, so yes, they did end up bombing us. They were still murdering us. They were still hanging us from trees. They still did a lot of things to us. But the point that I was making about the joining them thing was it made no sense for you to know that these people are hurting you and you to want to go on their side. Even when we're by ourselves, like I said, we would have been better off by ourselves versus trying to join them. We'd have been better off, and you can't tell me that we wouldn't have. So yes, they did do a lot of things to us when we were off to ourselves on our side of the fence, and they were on their side. But look at what they are doing now. They get to openly do this shit, and nobody's saying or doing a goddamn.
Well, they openly did it then, and nobody said anything. Well, until the civil rights movement, and that's when the government stepped in. But they were openly doing it all the time.
That's not totally true that we didn't do anything about it. That's not totally true.
All right, you know what, DMG? I'm gonna leave. You handle this because this is crazy.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, hold on, like.
This is what
Did you want to ask me the same question?
She just dropped off. So this is what I just read.
Can I answer the question or no, though?
I'm gonna let you rock. But I just read where the parents came out to do something about their children being harmed. And guess who stopped them? The Christians. You understand? So that's not always true that black people just stood there and just got fucked up. That shit was dumb to even bring that up. To now we are dying at bigger numbers because we're mixed in with them. The little brother in Kansas City just almost got his brains blowed out. When he went to the wrong white man's house, the white man opened his door and said, "What the fuck are you doing around here, nigger?" and shot him twice in the head. So was it worth joining them? Because guess what? When we were separate, they was coming on our side, hanging us. They had sundown towns. We used to have to work and hurry up and get home and get out of their neighborhoods. But we was a lot safer then being in our own community, being surrounded by our own people versus being blended in and mixed in with these goddamn devils. That all the other nations of people are putting a hand on us now. Ricky Chan, you understand? And countless Arabs, and countless East Indians, and countless Africans, and countless white. We ain't gonna talk about white people. Oh my God. So like I said, this shit is crazy, man. That was dumb to even ask me that. Go ahead, DMG.
So the answer to the sister questions is they systematically destroyed every black-owned town this nation has ever been built in this nation. And in my lifetime, like I said, in Cap lifetime, we both seen it happen. See, by that time, they couldn't just bomb a city the way they used to. They couldn't run with the false accusation and use that as an excuse to burn it down. So they used the airport to annex Kinloch right here in St. Louis. They used the airport to annex them. They start going by telling people, "Let me buy your house," most of the time at a much cheaper rate than what the house was worth, so they can hurry up and get the sale done. And then the very thing that they said they were buying up all of these people's houses and sending them out into different, more predominantly white areas. The very thing they said they was going to build, they end up building somewhere else. And it left Kinloch completely destitute. So my point is, just like they used to burn cities down to the ground, bomb them, now they economically ruin the cities. And what I found out during the course of my research for this documentary I'm doing on Kinloch, This has been happening up and down the Mississippi River, up and down the East Coast, up and down the West Coast, and all along the South. It's a strategic plan to undermine us when we have our own thing. Now, what I do encourage people to do, and I don't know why Cap and the ISUPK ain't already did this, considering they big about being separate. It's a lot of abandoned cities that are for purchase. It's a group of Black people that did it, I believe, in Atlanta. Mashallah might know more about it than me. Or it might not be, it might not even be, it may be just somewhere in Georgia, not specifically Atlanta. Point being that they bought this town and they run it. They run it. And it's a lot of them around here that we could, if enough of us went in, or if one of us who had the bread went in, we could actually move into our own town. This is what I'm encouraging everybody to do. Read Brother Reggie Black City Plan. If you need, if you somebody that's in position and you want to start to how to do it, that's how you go about it. And you can actually have that in modern day, but you got to be prepared for the challenges that's going to be faced, because once they see us having something, they are going to do everything they can to destroy it. But you would have to have everything in place systemically to get that thing done. Like I said, I'm surprised ISUPK ain't already did it. But my point being, I didn't need more specifics like my brother did, because I'm telling y'all, like, my brother done lost that weight. He can't take a punch like he used to. I ain't never seen Cap this hurt in none of our conversations. But tonight he was hurt. He yelling and screaming and going on, talking about rods and where they getting put and all that. When the question was really about Dr. King and his movement and whether it was beneficial or not. I gave you facts. Cap gave you rhetoric. I talked to you about what the man helped put in place. Cap telling you about who he was screwing.
Hey, I got a few questions if I could, DMG. We got Hoodoo on the stage. Hoodoo in Louisiana on the stage. I'm gonna ask you these two questions.
Peace.
Real quick. Okay, you can go right after me, brother. It's all good. So if Dr. Martin Luther King was still living right now, right? And you know, with all the stuff that we know now, aside of what we're taught, with all the scandals and the rumors and everything that's going on, would you still see him as would he still be referenced as a leader in the community?
Let me ask you this, my brother. If you found out about stuff I did, I got married at 20 years old, and I did some things in my 20s that I'm not proud of as I approach 50. But if you found out about those things I did, right, would you look at me then and superimpose that over me now, knowing me the way you do now, and determine who I am based on those past actions? Or would you judge me on what I'm doing now and the fact that I learned from it? My thing with Dr. King would simply be this. We can always look back with a panoramic view and say, man, that dude was tripping. He was this, he was that. But if I can still see the positive in what he did, I could separate the two. I don't have to, it's a lot of things. Like, I don't agree with the nonviolent stuff at all. Like, you put your hands on me, I'm gonna try to make sure you not only put your hands on me again, but nobody else. And I mean that. But I understand what the strategy was, even though I don't agree with it. I'm able to separate what I agree and disagree with on whether or not we benefited in one way, two ways, multiple ways from that. And as Black people, just by the very fact that the three of us sitting right here on this platform, I can't deny that we benefited.
Well, you know, he did, you know, one of his favorite sayings was, you know, we should be judged by the content of our character. So if we judge him off the content of his character, you know what I'm saying? Would he still be one of your leaders?
Well, he was never one of my leaders, because by the time I was born, the man had been dead for 8 years. So would he be somebody that I think the Black community could look to as an example? And the question would be whether we're talking about privately or from a policy and movement standpoint. Because would I advise my son to do what Dr. King did in his private life and sleep with the type of women he slept with and practice some of the things he accused of having done? Absolutely not. But would I encourage my son to put his life on the line for his people? I already have, and I always will. So we can separate what the man did from a movement standpoint from what he did in his private life. Because I can tell you right now, if people don't do that with me, they would have a problem with me, because I've done some things in my private life that I ain't proud of. While I would never do them again, and I would never make the moves I did again, I'm still not proud of it, and I'm still dealing with consequences from it today. But I would hope people would look at me today and the type of man I am today and move with me in that motion as opposed to what I used to be. Now, whether or not Dr. King would have learned his lessons from the things he accused of, if he even did it, I don't know. I know this. I have a hard time trusting, quote unquote, the quote unquote FBI as it pertains to Dr. King or any other Black leader when they had a concerted effort and motive against a quote unquote Black Messiah. They was complicit in the death of Malcolm X when he died at the age of 39 in 1965. They was complicit in the death of Fred Hampton when he died at 21 years old. And now my niggas gonna bring to me some stuff they said about another Black leader when we know they was complicit in his murder.
You agree?
And they tried to blackmail him during his lifetime.
You
and
agree?
I'm supposed to just openly believe the stuff they put forth about him? No, sir. So I don't even know if it's true. But what I'm saying is, if it's true, I can separate that from what he got accomplished for Black people. If I was able to have a conversation with him, I would be able to judge whether or not he still want to act in a particular way in his private life, or if he moved on from it and he contrite in his remorse about it, like I am. But he's not alive. So all I can do is look back on what he did, trying to push our people forward in power, and let the people who was in his private life, his kids, his wife, etc., deal with where he put his ride.
All right, my last question. So in the ISUPK, we know Commander General Hanna should be the leader for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native people, right? As of right now, today, who would you say could lead Black people right now?
To be honest, I don't have any person in particular, because I can't see somebody who just stand out to me. I got a lot of respect for ISUPK, and obviously within that, Commanding General Yohana. If I've said this to my wife, if I was to form or help form a government, he would be one of the people I considered for a leading role in that government. What it would be, I don't know. But I got a lot of respect for him and what y'all do in y'all organization. That being said, I don't have one individual that pop in my head when I'm thinking about who should lead Black people today.
All right. I'll go ahead and let Hoodoo, he can have it.
Real quick, when you said about buying Black towns, Commander General Hanna, he turned around and put that out there, I'm gonna say over 12 years ago, about a plan about buying different cities, you understand, different towns, and let's all move into them. He been doing it. Meanwhile, while he's buying land and farms and property all over the place, in this country, out this country, building schools everywhere, he just sent Captain Kapash over to the DR, and they building a school over there too. Same way he building them everywhere. You understand? Got them all over the place. So he ain't sleep. You understand? He not worried about some dream some man had. Commander General Hanna actually has the blueprint And we following it in the ISPK because I see the work that he's doing. And I love it so much, I had to join him because he's the only one doing anything that actually makes sense. You understand? As you can see, our children are safe from harm. Commander kind of ain't putting the kids out there to go to camp and go to march and protest so that they can get hurt. We know that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. We don't have to prove a point. We don't have to go out there and let our sisters get skull drugged across the street by police in order to know that these people are
Yeah, you don't have to do it because they already did it back then.
Yeah, no. Even if Commander General Hanna was back then, guess what? We wouldn't have been doing it back then. We would not have been doing it because that's not the way to get nothing done. That's not the way to get.
So he would have been on the sideline then.
No, he ain't on the sideline. He the front runner. He matter of fact, he the only one running. Ain't nobody else doing shit. That shit that Martin Luther King did nothing. It didn't help us none, man. You keep talking.
I submit this. If Dr. King wouldn't have did what he did, Commander General Hanna wouldn't be able to do what he do.
You talking about a YouTube channel and two niggas in St. Louis that own businesses. That shit is shameful.
We not the only ones. We not the only ones.
Majority of our people.
We not the only ones, Cap.
The majority of our people.
Cap, we not the only ones. I just use me and you because me and you having a conversation, but you know, just like I know, we ain't the only ones.
This is the problem with us. Martin Luther King and all that selfish bullshit that he taught us, we still ain't even together. None of that shit worked, man. None of that shit worked. His dream was a fucking nightmare. He even said it in his speech, and he had people thrown off. That clip that you played, yeah, that was before the March on Washington. And he telling them, yeah, we finna go get a check. But when they got there, it wasn't no talk about no check. They barely talked about that shit. They barely talked about that. The first thing came out of his mouth about his dream, he said, I want to know if the people that's oppressing us, children, and our children gonna be able to one day hold hands in brotherhood. And you can hear the crowd going from, yeah, huh? Everybody was lost. They was trying to, like, what the fuck is this man talking about? So Martin Luther King was way off, man. Way off. All right, so Hoodoo, you up?
Yes, and peace to the panelists. And I'll be brief.
Shalom, brother.
Kat, how can you say that you're against integration when y'all got Mexicans in the ISUPK right now?
Mexicans are our brothers and sisters. They are family. We're not.
You integrated with them. You
we're
integrated
not,
with
we're
them.
not integrating with family, dude. We're family. What the fuck are you talking about?
Genetically, that's not true.
Family is always welcome.
You called Mexicans your family. MLK said whites was our family.
Did you not hear me say it 3 times?
Yeah, how are you different from MLK? He integrated with whites. You integrate with Mexicans. What's the difference?
Okay, so we just gonna go in circles. I just.
What's the difference?
Said, is white people our family?
I'm saying whites and Mexicans both not our family.
Our family.
Neither one of them is our family.
So that's what you say.
That's what you say. You say Mexicans are our family. I'm saying this.
No.
That's not true genetically.
Listen, dude, slow down, man. What the fuck wrong with you? You just said.
What's wrong with you? You calling Mexicans your family?
You just said
you're delusional, brother.
Hey, dude, hold on. You just said that neither one of them are family.
Exactly.
That's what you say.
No, that's what DNA says.
Goofy ass just tell me that's what I say.
That's what DNA says.
That's not what I say.
That's what DNA says.
Okay, you got anything else?
I'm saying what DNA says. You're exactly like MLK. MLK integrated with whites. You integrate with Mexicans.
All right. Is there anything
That's
else?
facts. That's facts.
Is there anything else?
Well, can the other brother refute what I'm saying? Let's hear it. Are y'all gonna run?
Yeah, cause dude being an idiot.
Yeah. Y'all can't stand up to DNA, huh?
Didn't he come on here?
You booty clapping for Mexicans. You booty clapping for Mexicans.
Didn't he come on here with some DNA shit before?
You booty clapping for Mexicans.
Hoodoo, shout out Hoodoo.
Didn't he say that? Look, he needs some help. Look at him. Shout out Hoodoo.
I don't need no help. I'm just shouting the brother out because he support. I'm shouting him out because he support my channel. That's all. Cap, you already showed when you went after you said you wouldn't go, you already showed who need help.
Man, no, not at all. You need help defending the homo.
No, I ain't even bring the homo up. You brought him up.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You hurled the homo as your great leader.
Listen, I didn't even bring dude up. You brought him up. You the one worried. Hey, Cap,
Only one
of us is worried about a homo.
Luther King.
Only one of us is worried about. I ain't say nothing about where Dr. King put his ride, Cap.
Nobody's worried about it.
I ain't say only one of us. Only one of us is thinking about homosexuality, Cap, and it ain't me.
Hey, DMG, you know you can miss me with that.
I didn't bring it up. I ain't bring it up.
All right.
You brought it up.
Yeah, because it's a fact.
Skinny Cap different. Skinny Cap different.
What did the sister say? Don't you know history? Don't you know history?
Yeah, I do. That's all I talked about.
And LGBTQ plus all your great leader's history.
All I talked about was history. I ain't bring up nothing about what nobody was doing with their ride. That was you. I didn't bring up the homosexual. That was you.
That's a part of his history, though, DMG. That's a part of his history, though.
All I mentioned was history. All I mentioned was history. I'm not worried about crap. Only one of us is worried about what that man was doing with his ride, and it ain't me. It ain't me, Cap.
DMG was happy because he sucked that penis so he can have a beard.
See, you the only one talking. You the only one worried about that. I ain't brought it up. I ain't mentioned it.
That's part of your history.
I don't know what kind of images. See, this what a nigga neck become visible, and he want to switch up. Like, hey man, you got it, Cap. You got it.
Hey, a nigga turned around and finally grow a beard after 50 years. I
know that hurt, Cap. Listen, hey man, Cap, it was plenty of times we got on here, man, and I had the monkey face, I had a little goatee. I didn't lap you in this beard game. Hey, Cap, I got you on this beard game, my G.
Shit, you late. You behind in the game, brother.
Oh man.
You just not catching up.
Family, you see what I deal with my little bro. You see what I deal with, family. Hey man, y'all make sure y'all hit that poll and let us know who y'all think got the better of this conversation.
Hold on, DMG. Wait a minute. You keep saying little bro. Your birthday is when?
My birthday in October.
Mine in August, brother. You little bro.
Are you, bro? You don't celebrate birthdays. What year was you born? Cap, what year was you born?
I'm just letting you know.
I'm asking what year you was born. What year was you born?
I'm just letting you know, DMG.
I'm just asking. What year was you born?
I'm just letting you know.
Cap.
Listen,
I was born in 1976.
That's why I've been treating you like a little brother ever since I've been on the show.
I was born in 1976, bro. I don't know what year you was born, but I was born in 76.
I don't celebrate birthdays.
I know. That's why I said I ain't asked when your birthday was. I just asked what year you was born. That's all. Because I was born in 76, and I'm willing to bet my Ray-Bans that's before the year you was born. That's all.
Put that poll out there, man.
It's already out. Let me see the results.
Put it out there.
Hey, we need more of y'all to vote. Only 12. How many people we got watching?
It's
25 people.
We had some more. They didn't drop off.
All right, we need y'all to vote right now. Just like I knew, I'm beating my little bro up, but we need some more people to vote.
Well, hold on one second. We got the Trooper up here. Trooper, you want to say something? Did you have a question, Trooper? Or a comment or anything? Maybe the brother can't.
I don't see any votes in the chat.
You got to go over to my channel, Marshall.
Oh shit, I don't know how to do that from here. Oh.
Probably just got to go on YouTube.
Yeah, you go on YouTube and do it.
Go on YouTube. All right, got you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Anybody voted for you just as delusional as you are.
Oh, wow. Wow.
To believe that any of that shit did us any good. When you admitted yourself, it didn't fix the problem. It didn't fix anything. Look at the DEI move. Look at the DEI move. They wiped that shit out. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. And they letting niggas know that you are not included. You know the sister that I was doing the event with, DMG?
Well, you got 14 votes.
The Taste of Black St. Louis. She lost that event.
I remember you telling me.
She put it out on Facebook, let everybody know, sent us the memo, and said there will be no more Taste of Black St. Louis. It was growing, it was big. Man, I was rocking with that sister in that thing, man. It was getting bigger and bigger every goddamn year. But what you said they fought for back then is now taken away. The shit was no good, man.
That don't mean it wasn't good, Cap.
It wasn't.
You got 75. Oh, Salaki.
Go ahead, Masha.
It's saying 75 infamous DMG, 25 Cap 10K.
They delusion. They all sleep. They was sleep on the stage like this.
Wow.
To think that any of that did us any good when we have cases like Michael.
I know it hurt, man. I know it hurt.
No, it don't hurt. Nothing hurt.
But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this because Cap, we about 2.5 hours in, and you know I gotta go take care of your sis.
All right, no sweat.
But listen, it felt good to chop it back up with you, man. I feel like it's been too long since we did this.
Hey, let's come up with another.
Yeah, we definitely gonna come up with another one. I also want to say, hey y'all, me and Cap, you know, we go back and forth and we be cutting each other up, but that's my mans in them. That's my brother from another mother's. Shout out to hey, I can't. Hey, Mashallah ain't officer cut him up. That's that was your
Cabal. He was yes sir.
Was he? Okay. I can't even see it been too long because I can't even think of my nickname for Mashallah, man.
Knock him out.
Officer, knock him out. Officer, knock him out. Shout out to Mashallah. Listen, man. Hey, these my bros. As I always say, we can disagree without being disrespectfully disagreeable. You know, me and Cap, we kid with each other. We can talk reckless, and ain't neither one of us gonna take it personal. It's a lot of sensitive Negroes out there quitting debate leagues and complaining about this, complaining about what Franklin say about because you mad about how another nigga talk. Niggas mad and crying and all that. Me and Cap get up here, we go back and forth. I can say his brain shrunk because his body didn't shrunk. He can call me big head and all this other stuff. And we still gonna be brothers at the end of the day. If he need me, I got him. If I need him, he got it. So I just want to show you can have these conversations, you can be contentious, and you ain't gotta act like you're soft, whining and crying and whatnot, like a lot of y'all cats be, even though y'all be keyboard thugs, but then you start crying about how somebody talk. We men. But hey, salute to y'all brothers. Keep it going for a little bit, Cap, if you can. But I'm gonna stay on for a little bit, for maybe about 5-10 minutes more. But I'm gonna have to get out of here in a minute.
I'm gonna get out of here too.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, hey DMG, right on for coming on, man. I appreciate it. And you're right, it have been too long. But I definitely want to get with you on that Kinlock thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna keep you posted. I think that'll be good, man. Cause what happened to that area? It is horrible, bro. You know, I've been through that area several times, man, and to see it and look at it, boy, it's terrible. You know, all the shit they dumping over there and all that, man. Good.
Speaking of, Cap, Boeing just committed to, they putting, I want to say like 10 million into cleaning up Kinlock. I'm gonna try to get some of that footage too. When I get down there, my producer linking me up with a brother today. He actually writing his dissertation on Kinlock. Me and him gonna try to link together so I can have some kind of backing. But when I get over there to start recording, I'm gonna have you come with me because I'm gonna try to get some of that footage of them cleaning it up.
Okay, yeah, let me know. Yeah, man, that's terrible. You know, and I'm not in disagreement that even when we were by ourselves, white people, they hate us all day long. You understand? The hatred that they have runs so deep. You know, the only thing that will satisfy their hatred, you understand, is bloodshed. That's it. So yes, they made movies about it. You understand? They constantly making movies about us when we were slaves. You understand? When we had shackles on our feet. You know what I'm saying? When they used to hang us and lynch us and do all of that. I'm not in disagreement with none of that. But the point that I was making is we would definitely be better off if we were set. Because what that sounded like to me when you said that is, hey, join them and just be a bitch. That's really what that sounded like. Because if we was by ourselves and they was hurting us, look at what they doing while we with them now. And they still hurt us. So nothing worked. Nothing is going to stop this animal from being an animal. You understand? Nothing is going to stop that. If we join them, and guess what? We still get, George Zimmerman called the police on a kid that was doing absolutely nothing. And he said on the phone call, he said, hey, they always get away with this. What is he getting away with when he hadn't even committed a crime?
Hey, Cap, don't get me on my, I don't know why George Zimmerman's still alive, Cap. I swear, like these Negroes, they killing each other, and George Zimmerman still. Let me shut up. Christianity
is why. You know, that's the whole thing, man. We too busy loving those people. You understand? When guess what? We haven't even learned how to love each other. We lost that. We lost how to love one another, trying to join them. Like that shit was crazy. When we was looking up the pictures and things for this, and like I said, with the ones that we got in these books I got, and the ones that we found online, to see our people go into an all-white establishment and I would like some pancakes and eggs, and they said, nigga, get out of here. And then they start pouring coffee on them, and they just sitting there, getting the coffee poured in their face. They start throwing eggs on them, and they just sitting there, man, when will my pancakes be done? I'm getting real hungry. You understand? Like, that shit is stupid. What make you think letting the people mistreat you is going to make them treat you better? What do bullies do? When you show the bully that you're scared of him, that empower the bully. The bully, he not only take your damn homework one day, the next day, shit, he grabbing that lunch from you. Then he taking your backpack. He gonna keep fucking with you because he see that you a bitch. And that's what Martin Luther King did. That's why white people would not stop fucking with us. Because Martin Luther King, that shit that we follow, we see that we bitches. And we like being mistreated. We like being dysfunctional up under them. You understand? So like I said, that ain't do nothing but empower them people to where they doing the stuff that they doing to us today. Today, fuck a goddamn YouTube and a computer. Fuck a cell phone and a landline. I'd rather be able to hang with my brothers and my sisters on the goddamn corner and we stand there and talk to each other versus having to be a bitch up under white people so I can, let me text my cousin real quick. Let me email my sister. And fuck all that. And like I said, talking about a business as if that shit, like we doing something so fucking great. When you still have the majority of black people living below the poverty line. That shit, we still the first ones fired and the last ones hired on the job. Now, because of DEI, guess what? They ain't gotta hire us now. They don't have to let us in their restaurant now. They don't have to serve us at their establishment now. they can turn us right the fuck around at the door, and we got to get the fuck out the same way that we used to back then. So guess what? It would have been better off us staying like what it was back then. It's still sundown towns here to where niggas got to hurry up and don't stop in the area because you might not make it out of there. That civil rights shit didn't do nothing. Because according to DMG, because we got money and we got businesses, when my people are still being oppressed by theirs. This shit is insane, man. And like I said, I still don't even see and understand how anybody could agree. All the Christians are upset right about now because of the Carmelo Anthony decision. And you know, they're screaming for a race war. The Christians are. They're ready to go to war behind this. Let's see how long this shit lasts. Let's see. What's the next holiday coming up, Marshawn?
July 4th.
Let's see how many barbecue grills get put up.
Right.
Let's see how many pork chops go on them grills come July the 4th. Let's see how many red, white, and blue outfits we gonna see since niggas is so ready for a race war and so upset with white people because the decision was unfair. Let's see if civil rights is actually gonna play out. And we get to enjoy those rights like what the fuck DMG said we got. Niggas still can't find jobs right now. Why? Because the white man made you a felon. I had a clip of children that they was locking up during that time that they accused of a bunch of fucking crimes and
Like
made them felons from doing petty shit. Little kids, 6 and 7 and 8 years old. Children doing little children shit, little petty shit, man. They don't actually know what they're not held accountable for the little shit that they doing. Little petty shit. Police locking them up, putting them in cages, and making them felons so that they don't have no goddamn rights. The white man know what he doing, man. He just changed the paperwork on it. You talk about systematically and how they systematically did us. They still doing it. They just changed the system. Gave you niggas some goddamn civil rights and just changed the shit and took away your fucking rights. Like I said, as intelligent as you are, I can't believe that there is not a brain in that big ass fucking head of yours. For you to know that the white people are still running the same goddamn game on us, just under different fucking laws. I cannot believe you actually think you won this conversation. For you being such an intelligent brother from another mother, but you act like a dumb motherfucker sometimes, DMG. I must say. I must say. Go ahead.
Nah, I didn't know you were still blazing, Cap. I thought we were just talking.
No,
he wasn't blazing, man. That was a little squirt from a water hose, man. That was not no blaze.
Nah, just to add on, I looked up the voting rights for blacks in 2026. It said the Supreme Court's 2026 ruling has significantly weakened protection of black voters, threatening majority black districts and minority representation nationwide. So, you know, a lot of people say, you know, they'll get out there and rush out there to vote, and you know, you can ask them, hey, why you voting? They say because my ancestors fought for this right. Well, they taking that right away. So now it kind of look like your ancestors fought for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
I'm gonna say this: it's easy to take away the work our ancestors did when we got a nigga up here diminishing the work of one of the primary people that helped it put forth. When you get niggas encouraging the critique and the disenfranchisement of one of our primary people who was involved in helping us gain these rights, when you got niggas participating and talking about them and propagating what of all people the FBI say about them, then it's easy to roll that back. When we got niggas talking about Dr. King was a bitch ass, yeah, let's roll. Hey, it's time for us to roll that nigga work back. His own people calling him a bitch.
Hey, if I could real quick, right?
Hold on one second. You do know that DMG agreed with what I brought out that the FBI said. right?
Oh, yeah.
I said I heard of it. You asked did I know about it?
You agreed.
All you asked me was did I know about it?
Because first you was being the Christian hypocrite that your big head ass is.
Hey,
you said,
I love how this nigga keep talking about how big my head is because his head done shrunk. You know what I mean? Because his headband slipped down a little further. Boy, that's just like a nigga to lose some weight and then want to call other people fat. He that type. No. What I'm saying is, look, you remind me of my sister-in-law. You remind me of my sister-in-law who been 500 pounds her whole life. She didn't got the shot. She done lost about 200 pounds. Now she want to call a nigga fat. This nigga head done shrunk along with his brain, and all he want to talk about is my big head all of a sudden. Just like a nigga. Boy, you just like a nigga.
Ain't nothing in it. And I'm trying to help you put something in there. But you agree with the information about him going, because first you said,
you asked me, did I know about it? Everybody rewind to the beginning of the show.
What did he say?
Everybody, hey, this is on tape. This is on tape. Everybody can rewind to the beginning of the show. Cap asked me if I knew about it, and I said yes. I start saying allegedly because all he did was ask me if I knew about it, and I said yes. That's all. Just because I know about it don't mean I agree with it.
No, you did the Christian shuffle. You didn't be honest with it. And you said, oh, that's a rumor. Cap, those are rumors. But then when I read the shit, oh yeah, it happened. Yeah, he did.
You didn't specifically ask me about the chick from college though.
That was when he was a kid. I said before he became a civil rights leader.
He literally was a kid. He graduated college at 19.
Didn't I say before he became a civil rights leader, was he with white girls? That's what I started with.
Again, I didn't know you was going back to his late teens. I didn't know you was going back to his late. Hey, but you know what? Hey, Cap, you a thorough nigga. Hey, Cap, you a thorough nigga. I should have known you was going back to when the nigga hit puberty. My bad.
Hey, DMG, I started with that, and I was gonna lead up to what he was doing while he was the damn black.
You started when the nigga was going through puberty.
He was a teen when he was in love with a white girl, right? Then I went to the white women that he was having the orgies with when he was in the hotel.
Why you ain't talking about the black women? Why you ain't talking about the black women who he allegedly had orgies with?
Because I'm bringing out his hypocrisy. He can have a black woman. There's nothing wrong with a black man being with a black woman, but being with a white woman, when you claim you are all for black rights, that shit is hypocritical. And he didn't even do it.
So just because he knocked down, I'm speaking in alleged terms. Just because he allegedly knocked down some white women. Listen, Harry Belafonte was married to a white woman, and can't nobody say he wasn't for his people.
Shame on him too.
Oh wow, yeah, you bugging.
How am I bugging?
You bugging.
You gotta lead by example.
Hey, I promise.
Lead by example.
I promise Harry Belafonte did more for black people than any of us up on this panel.
Hey, you know something.
And he was married to a white woman.
Hey, Masha, do you see that is the Christian way right there? Right. To where, guess what? You live your life however you want.
This just the facts. Hey, this just the facts.
It's the fact. I bet you he did more for black people than any of us on the stage.
Oh no, I ain't saying I bet. I'm saying that as a statement of fact.
So regardless of you talking all that black power shit and how you
get a white woman, that's out the window.
White people, you fight your fight is supposed to be against them motherfucking people, and you go home and get in a bed with one.
Right.
He's a loser too. And any nigga that support them is a goddamn loser. That shit is insane. How the hell I turn around and say white people harming black people, and then I'm gonna go home.
I need you to get a smaller head, man. First of all, I need you to get a smaller headband. Listen.
Hey, what kind of sense do that shit make, my child?
Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Harry Belafonte put his money behind the Black Power movement,
but he
the
gave
Black Panther movement. Listen. When we get done, this is our problem. This is our problem. Instead of going off of what a person actually did in terms of pushing Black people forward, we talking about who they born in. Hey, this is weird. This is weird.
You said Harry Belafonte was with a white bitch.
Weird.
You brought it up.
It's weird.
It is weird for you to bring that shit up and then start crying.
Who brought it up? Who brought it up? Who brought it up? Who brought it up? You the one brought that up in the conversation. I'm just showing you an example. You keep bringing up that Dr. King had a white woman. I'm saying he had Black women.
I just said having Black women.
Okay.
It's fine.
So you keep talking about this alleged thing about him having a white woman, but we know he had Black women too. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that outside of sticking to the facts that I already read about what benefits we got from what the man contributed. You want to talk about who he born. It's cool.
Sleeping with white girls is a benefit? That's insane, man.
I don't sleep with white girls, so I don't know.
I ain't say you, but I'm talking about the majority of our brothers that do. They really think going outside.
I never said that was a benefit, though. I never said that was a benefit.
But this is what integration has caused.
Brothers were sleeping with white women way before integration, brother.
No. Listen. They was getting forced at first when they was enslaved. And
when they got free, they still slept with white women.
Hold up. When they got free, that's what I was about to say.
Way before integration.
Wait. So once they got free in that fucked up mindset, they still did it. And then now niggas make an excuse about it, calling it forbidden fruit. That shit is rotten. That ain't forbidden. That shit is rotten. To turn around and bypass a sister to go be with a white girl, try to save your punk ass self. That shit is a shame, man. Do you know I got contracts down in South County, right? And every time I'm down there, when I do this on purpose, I ain't even gonna lie. When I see a brother or a sister that's with a white boy or a white girl, I purposely speak to them to see the reaction I'm gonna get. And do you know what the black men do? Every single last one of them, this is no lie. They all put their motherfucking head down. They don't even speak to me. And they be with some of the nastiest looking white bitches, all of them disgusting and ugly to me anyway. But they be with them big beach whale, big weeble wobble ass white girls. And I turn around.
Hey, Cap, it be tax time, Cap. It be tax time, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, that's terrible. That's terrible. I can't lower my standards for no goddamn.
Hey, Cap, them brothers doing what they gotta do to stay warm and eat you.
Hey, that's terrible.
Hey, let me tell you something. It ain't nothing worse than seeing a brother. It ain't nothing worse than seeing a brother who, like, you like, I mean, you know, and this ain't no homo, but you like, that ain't no ugly brother. And he with like a 400, like that is disconcerting. I don't care how many times. And Cap, you know I'm in O'Fallon, right by Lake St. Louis. Yeah. Listen, everywhere I look, my G. Yeah. Listen, so yeah, that is the most disconcerting thing I think
Nigga got a mental illness. That's a mental illness.
And then look, when I speak to them, you know what they do? They look at me like, I know this fucking nigga ain't speaking to me. They roll their eyes, grab their purse and shit.
So they be like, oh boy, what's his name? The dude Terry, whatever his name is, in White Chicks. Get this jigaboo away from me.
Absolutely.
Man.
They want the jigaboo out of their face. Straight up.
That is crazy.
That's exactly how they do me, y'all. I'll be like, hey, Shalom, sis, how you doing? And they look at that white man. Did you hear a nigger? Did you hear a nigger? And keep on going, boy. God damn, man, that shit is horrible. That shit is terrible. That's integration for you. That's what he got.
But that was happening before integration, Cap.
Nah, it wasn't happening on this large of a scale.
It was happening before integration, Cap. Trust me.
It wasn't happening. I agree that it was happening. I just gave you the timeline. We was forced during slavery. After that, we kept that same mentality and we was doing it. And now we make excuses for it, saying that, hey, white man,
they was doing it before slavery, Cap.
They had sex with our women, so guess what? We're gonna have sex with theirs.
This was happening. Black landowners before slavery was in full stock here in America, or what became America. You had black landowners, black indentured servants that was messing with white women. So, see, like what a lot of people don't know is the whole concept of black and white started right here in the American colonies. You had a brother from Africa and 2 Europeans ran away from a landowner in Virginia. They caught the 2 white dudes, the 2 Europeans. They gave them 7 more years servitude to the dude they ran away from and 7 years to the colony of Virginia. 14 years. You don't want it, but all right, 14 years, we'll be done with this servitude stuff. The black dude, John Punch, they gave him lifetime servitude because the quote unquote colonies was now full stock into the transatlantic slave trade, just like they had seen in South America and in the Caribbean. So now you got these enslaved niggas coming over. You can't have no free nigga or no indentured nigga running around talking about he gonna be free one day. And then you got this caste system in America. This is why rednecks with no teeth in their mouth, 2 pennies to rub together, ain't even got a pair of shoes, think they better than my educated black wife or y'all ribs, because that caste system in America was created. So we know what it is and what we dealing with here. My thing is that don't diminish the effort and the fight our ancestors put forward, whether it was coming out of slavery, right after slavery, on up into the 20th century and the civil rights movement. It don't negate the work they put in just because we so stupid, we letting them roll it back.
And you know something? Captain DeBar Mott, his I forgot what great aunt, I believe Harriet Tubman is to him. I gotta find out what actual aunt she is, which one of the greats. But that is his great aunt, right? And she had a quote that she had came up with when she was doing her thing, free and slave. She said that I freed thousands of slaves. And she said, I could have freed thousands more. Only if
they knew they were slaves.
They were slaves.
Facts.
The problem that you all suffer from right now is you don't know that you still a slave. You even worse of a slave because they took the shackles off and you are proud to be here because you own a business, because you live out in Lake St. Louis. You understand?
O'Fallon. I don't live in Lake St. Louis. O'Fallon.
O'Fallon. You live out there in O'Fallon.
Wing Haven specifically, 3 stories. 3 stories.
Other rich people. You hear him flexing? But see, he don't know that he a slave to these people. He don't realize that he is a slave. He's one of the ones that would have had to get that Nina.
Hey, look, hey, listen, Cap, that them 2 9mm, them 2 9mm, that 40 cal, that tech, and that shotgun say otherwise, because I wish somebody would try to put me in some chains.
See, hey, no, the chains are off, and you are willing to be their slave. You're proud to be here. And he like Eddie Murphy coming to, I'm very happy to be here. Like, get the fuck out of here. You happy with this situation? This is insane. So no, you know, like I said, that's the thing that our people do not realize that they are slaves, man. They don't realize just because master let you put on some nice shoes. You got nice shoes on, so you think you're doing something. You understand? Your feet don't hurt as much no more because master gave you some nice shoes. So you think you're doing something. Master gave you shoes.
Hey, Cap, that torn meniscus still hurt when it rained, Doc. And look, I'm dealing with sciatica, so y'all know I'm a man of a certain age. It do hurt. See, it hurt more now, Cap.
That's what happened to you ONs, you understand? But see, when you a YN like me, you understand?
Yeah. I hear you. You looking like a YN. You looking like a YN. You looking like, hey, Cap, you looking like a little YN. You hear me? Face all sunk in.
I see you, Cap, there. Over there looking good, boy, losing that weight and shit there. You understand? The whole show. The nigga made the whole show about capping his weight loss.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. Plus, I know now. Not only do I got the reach advantage, I got the size advantage.
Man, look, you still ain't got no sense advantage. You still ain't got that. You understand? Shit. So, but look, man, that's a lack of leadership. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King was not a real leader for black people. Anybody from the SCLC, you understand, any of those failed organizations back then, that was not the right movement for black people, man. You know, still to this day, we're going through the exact same thing over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Why? Because we doing the wrong fucking thing. We think trying to convince them to be better people is going to work. How? Martin Luther King thought that showing his oppressor that when you hit me and say, oh, it hurt, and look at your oppressor in the face and say, I's a man. And that's supposed to make him say, you know what, nigger, Pookie, Antoine, Starkeisha, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you or offend you. You showing them that you weak did nothing but empower that bully, man. That's all it did. Because they doing the same whole thing over and over and over again. They haven't stopped and they're not going to stop. So just because
what the poll say? What the poll say? If I may
check it out.
86-14 DMG.
Just because we can buy computers, we can buy laptops and tablets, we can buy cars, which, hold up, for all of these things, you know that there are class action lawsuits. DMG. There are class
Say that one more time.
Oh, Salaki, sir, is 86-14 DMG.
Okay. All right.
Because guess what? There are class action lawsuits behind all of that because we didn't been overcharged for our houses. We didn't been overcharged for our cars. How did integration work? All it did was gave this animal the advantage. Like what you said, how your arms is longer and you taller. Yeah, I brought up the picture where I am shorter than you. You understand? I am strong all day long. You understand?
Hey,
I am stronger.
All that weight you lost, you lost some muscle too, Doc. Don't even try. Hey, you're gonna have to get your weight up to deal with this silverback over here, man.
Stay there, brother. You understand? Okay.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. Hey, little bro can't beat up big bro yet, man. Listen, the people have spoken, Cap. I know it's not in your nature. I know it's not in your nature to admit to taking an L, but you know, man, when you step up to big bro, sometimes you got to get knocked down a few times, man. One day you gonna do like, I'm gonna make another reference that I know you're gonna get because you've been around like me for a minute. You remember when Detroit used to beat the sleeves off Jordan, man, and then he finally broke through? One day, Cap, you gonna break through just like Jordan did. Except the difference is I'm gonna go ahead and step aside and let you have one, as opposed to Jordan breaking through and sweeping Detroit. I'm gonna just let you have one. But one day, man, you're gonna break through, Cap. And I got faith in you. The new improved Slim Trim Cap 10K, face all sunk in, brain done shrunk a little bit, but I believe you can get some of that common sense back. And shout out to my man Vincent Mueller. I'm gonna check out what you sent me, bro. One day, man, you're gonna be able to keep up with your brother, man. But until then, man, there's levels to this, Cap. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, you got
you
got feet problems. You can't even keep up with me now.
Ain't nothing wrong with my feet. I said my knee. I said that torn meniscus let me know every time it rains.
I thought you had some bunions on the toes. I thought.
Nah, man, nah, no sir.
You ain't got nothing. I'm gonna get you sucker bunions on the thing. Huh?
No sir. Hey, look, I cut all 10 of them bastards off. Try to get a check before I walk around looking like that. You hear me?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I gotta get out of here. We done gave them 3 hours. We definitely gonna have to come up with another convo though.
Damn right. Let's get it. Since I see the brothers still having problems having discussions, getting in their feelings. I see you be making responses to the niggas every other day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Look, I told you what you was gonna be dealing with. And you see, it started off with me, you, and
nobody.
You know what I'm saying? The only ones, them cats was talking all that shit. They was ready to debate, ready to come on the show, ready. But then as soon as we started lining it up, oh man, I gotta go here with my kids. I gotta take a bath. I gotta wash my car.
My wife say I can't get on.
I can't get on. Boy, they came up with all kind of excuses, man. And me and we've been going at it. Jet. See, everybody else in the chat, they really hyping it up like this real beef. You understand? We just know how to have real discussions.
Exactly.
You understand? Because I ain't took none of that shit that he said about me personal.
Not at all.
That shit, we do this all the time. Y'all look like
all the time. You see, my Shala ain't flinch. He ain't flinch one time. He like, here they go again.
I already know what it is.
And look, afterward, I'ma still check on the brother, and he's still gonna be sending some good liquor through the door.
That's facts. I got a bottle for you right now that I brought back from Jamaica.
Jamaica. Oh, okay.
Man.
They let you bring stuff back?
Oh yeah, especially if you buy. I bought this on the boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I think with my mama and my little brother went over, I don't know how it go, but I don't think they let them bring too much back.
Yeah, I bought this on the boat. They had my wife, she was like, they got a Hennessy tasting night. I was like, what?
Oh yeah.
They had the Hennessy Black, they had the Hennessy Privilege,
they had the white. DMG?
I did the Carnival cruise to Jamaica.
Okay.
So yeah. Let's see, DMG.
You got that drink package. You must got that drink package.
Of course, man. Your brother be especially I'm on vacation, man. Listen, we had a time. I'll put it like that. We had a time.
Right. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed y'all.
For sure.
Oh,
we knew we was coming back to all the stuff she been dealing with, so I was like, yeah, we finna have a good time.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, well, I know you got to take care of her, man.
For sure. Like I say, I enjoyed it, man. We're gonna have to come up with another one. This is how y'all have a spirited conversation Ain't nobody got to get mad, whine, and cry and all of that. That's my mans. These my brothers. As you see, they got carte blanche on the channel. Y'all keep tuning in, man. We're going to be black at it again. Salute to my brothers. Salute to the chat. And Cap had to take another L from his big bro. That's all it was, man. But he might get a win in next time, man. I don't know. We're going to see. You know what I mean? But salute to Skinny Cap.
Here we go. Here we go. Look,
the people have spoken, man. The people have spoken.
Man, the people, the same people from back in the goddamn 60s. You heard about what the people talking about? Shit.
All right, y'all. Peace, man.
DMG, right on, brother. Hey.
All right, DMG. I'll holler at you.
Peace.
That is our brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm glad that me and him can have. We can go to war. You understand? And after that, we ain't even worried about it. You understand? We go to war, and after that, guess what? We're gonna schedule the next one. All right. But we are definitely going to get this truth out one way or the other. And if our people do not understand by now that Martin Luther King and his dream was a goddamn nightmare, and that dream will never come true, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell them, Shally.
Got a lot of work to do, Cap.
If they still believe in the American dream, you know, and real quick, read the scripture real quick before we go. I'm gonna end it with this.
Okay, go on.
Give me a Lamentations.
Come on, sir. 1 second. Lamentations what?
4 and you want 16 and 17 or 17 and 18?
All right.
Hold on 1 second. I think it is 17 and 18.
Come on, sir. All right, in the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help.
Okay, so our eyes, you know, say, as for us, our eyes have as yet failed for our vain help. Yet failed meaning like failed again. You understand? For our vain help. Vain means worthless. Okay, and it's talking about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And now it's about to identify who the help that we are looking for, yes, from. Okay, read.
Come on. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We are in our watching, we to watch for a nation that cannot save us. Why was Martin Luther King begging the white man for civil rights? Why was he begging him to make laws to hire black people instead of just going in our community, building black businesses like we already had? Why in the hell are we looking for a nation that, guess what, that cannot save us, man? In our watching, these people, guess what, cannot save us at all. And they're not going to. They're not even trying to. Every president that they put in, well, you know what? I take that back. The only one that they actually liked was Bill Clinton. Why? Because he was getting some head in the Oval Office, and because he turned around and smoked weed and played the saxophone. And black people really thought that we was connected with that white boy because of that. Right? Then Barack Obama. Okay, first Negroes was in love with him because they thought he was black. But then his second term, they was like, damn, man, what is this dude doing? we have no clue what this guy is doing. They lost all hope in him. You understand? So, but those was the only two presidents that they really liked. Right? Black people really put their hope and they trust in voting. Black people actually tell me that I'm a part of the problem because I don't vote. But nigga, you all voting, and we still ain't got nothing. And they tell us they tell me the reason we ain't got nothing is because we don't vote. Like that shit is insane to me, Masha. You ever heard that? You ever heard somebody tell you that? Because you don't vote, you the problem?
All the time.
When nigga, you vote, and guess what? Your vote don't mean jack shit. It don't mean nothing. They let you know that. The votes that you are putting in the box ain't finna amount up to shit. Nothing of importance, just popularity votes. That's it. That's all the hell you putting the ballot in the box for, or now pushing the damn button on the screen. We are watching for a nation that cannot save us. Can't you see that, all you Martin Luther King lovers? For all you people that believe, well, they bombed us when we was by ourselves, so now they get to bomb us while we was with them too. Like that shit sounded so stupid, didn't it, Marsha? That shit sounds stupid. To even bring up a question about what did they do to us while we was by ourselves, that's your excuse for joining them?
That's right.
Because they murdered my people, I want to stay the fuck away from this as far as possible. Not, oh yeah, we shall overcome. I don't want to run to you and sing.
Can't beat them, join them mentality, Cap.
Join them mentality. Yeah, that's that bitch ass shit. That's that Martin Luther King shit.
Right.
That's stupid, man. That is stupid as hell. Keep reading, Doc.
Come on, sir. Verse 18. They hunt our step, that we cannot go in our streets.
They hunt our steps. Brother, do you know in these areas of ours that we live in, right? As I go through all of the rich, wide areas that I work in, right? I go through, you know what I barely see? I barely see police. I see them motherfuckers at restaurants. I see them sitting at gas stations talking to people and shit. They go in there and get them a goddamn Slurpee and stand in the goddamn gas station for hours talking to the goddamn clerk. I barely see police officers patrolling like what they do in our neighborhood. Where our school is at right now, boy, they rolling constantly around here. They rolling constantly. When I roll in Ferguson, right? I got contracts in Ferguson. The majority of our people stay in Ferguson. You know what I see them doing? Rolling all throughout Ferguson. Up and down all day. Everywhere we are in the city of St. Louis, even in the county, they roll. They posted, brother. It's a restaurant and a what's that other business? I can't think of what this other business is. But mashallah, I seen the cop. I'm gonna go by there one day. I'm gonna go by there one day when it's some light, and I'm gonna take a photo of where the police sit at on Union so that they can stop people that speeding up and down the street. You understand? When I show you the space that they sit in, you're gonna be like, damn, how did they even get the car in there? Brother, the shit is so tight and so narrow. They got a car in this little bitty ass spot. And they jump up out this goddamn spot. They hunting our steps, man. They hunting our steps everywhere. I posted a video where I seen a cop car that this was in Ferguson too, where a cop car was up under on like the side of the road, right? He was hid up under some tree. You had to really be paying attention in order to see this goddamn cop car. He had bad, you know how branches start hanging down once they get so long? You understand? Okay. Branches start hanging down toward the ground. He bagged his damn patrol car up in the bushes, up in the tree where he was hanging down at, and was zapping brothers and sisters as they rolled past. You could barely see the goddamn car, man. These people are real live doing what the Bible says that they are doing. They hunt our steps. That was not a good idea for us to join them. That was never a good idea. Even though when we was to ourselves, they still harmed us. Absolutely. They harmed us. But that made no sense to now join them, because guess what? They're still doing the same harm to us. So we would have been better off to our goddamn selves. Keep reading, my child.
Come on, sir. Our end is near.
Hold on 1 second. Go back to they hunt our steps.
Come on, verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
Guess where a lot of us end up unalived at? You understand? Michael Brown, they made that brother, they ain't make him, but they left him laying in the street for hours. Where that cop, what was his name? His name's Zimmerman too. Where he unalived him at. You understand? Left this brother in the street for hours. We can't go in our streets. The other Zimmerman, George Zimmerman, turned around and unalived Trayvon Martin in the street. Approached him even after the dispatcher told him, no, we do not need you to approach him at all. You go where you live at. What's your address? We'll meet you there. And that bastard approached him any goddamn way. Why? Because they hunting our steps. He said it on the phone. He said, they always get away. They always get away. When he hadn't even committed a crime. Couldn't even tell the dispatcher what crime he committed. So they hunting our steps, so we cannot go in our streets. Keep going.
Come on, our end is near.
Mm-hmm.
Our days are fulfilled.
Uh-huh.
Our end is come.
That's it right there. You understand? We got to stop acting like integration was a good idea. We got to stop acting like that actually changed what they like to say, the narrative, like it changed or fixed the situation, when it didn't at all, man. We still going through the same stuff, and even worse, in my opinion, because guess what? They just blatantly do it now. You got white women so goddamn bold to where they'll walk up on niggas and tell them, hey, what are you doing here selling bottles of water? What are you doing? Do you have a permit for this? Do you have a permit to be in this park barbecuing? Oh no, you got to get out of here. Do you live in this apartment complex? Huh? Are you sure? Do you have the right to be in this pool? Like, come on. Come on. This is insane. This is insane. You know? So, but like I said, man, tune in. Coming up this Wednesday, we're gonna go in, we're gonna talk about our black people ready for that race war on STATL Connect. We're gonna see. All right. And we're gonna talk about that the brother's case a little bit. The brother Carmelo Anthony. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into the Charleston White thing. Oh man, that dude is ridiculous. Charleston White is ridiculous.
Yeah, I heard Captain Zaryak talking about it today. He keep flipping sides and all kind of shit. So
yeah, man, that's he terrible, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get up to speed on it. I don't really pay him a whole lot of attention no more. You know what I'm saying, Cap? He like you say, he's
old dumb nigga, man.
He old dumb nigga. That's all.
He really shouldn't even have a platform and be talking.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? He really shouldn't. The only somebody that should be talking is the ISUPK. Because we're the only ones that got anything worth saying. Everybody else is just running their goddamn mouth. Everybody else is just with the same old Christian shit that's got us in this situation. You understand? I want to play that clip where that sister, she even agreed. She said, and she don't even realize that she said it. I really think that this Christian don't realize that she said what she said, but she said, oh no, that's a different Christianity. White folks and black folks is living under a different Christianity. And you absolutely are correct. Because the Christianity that they live up, oh no, that they abide by, oh no, they God don't play that shit. Oh no. Oh, they not gonna just overcome, they're going to overcome. Fuck you think you are.
Right.
You understand? In the name of their God. But ours, you understand? Our Christian God is a goddamn sissy. And got us begging and pleading and marching and protesting. You understand? All the shit that is not going to get any results. So we're going to talk about a lot of that, man. Make sure y'all tune in this Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You understand? For my brother that's over on the East Coast. All right. For the Mr. ATL himself, Officer ISRAELITE. You understand? So like I said, make sure y'all tune in. Go to ISRAELITE.com. You understand? And with that, we gone, Israel. Shalom. You want to close out, brother? You got anything you want to say?
I'm good, out of one. Hey, the water for the conversation. You know what I'm saying? You know, it proves that the ISUPK love black people more than everybody else, sir. Salaki.
Damn right, absolutely. Absolutely. There we go. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom, Israel.
Started on the streets back in '69. Ready